Oh, okay. Well, bitch, it don't make no sense to put no intro, bitch. Say, girl, honey. I was gonna hide myself with my balloons, honey, for my birthday, but my name is already seen. So, oh wait, where's my frame, honey? I can't do nothing without my frame. Hold on.
We're live. We're live, Miss Frame.
Oh, will I? Will I? Are we in a place? Where are we live at? Where are we live at?
YouTube, Facebook, maybe your Facebook page as well, I think.
Oh my God. Like, I have not been live on these social media apps for such a long time.
Oh my God. So much to cover, so much to talk about. But first, before we get into all the heavy stuff, the really heavy stuff.
Other than myself.
Other than both of us, bitch. Two heavy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But before, you know, today I wanted to make sure it is the Just Kel's birthday. Shout out to Kelly. She's turned 45 today. Close to 5 years away from 50, right?
I am not 45. I wish everybody was saying that.
Well, 42 years old. So tell the people how you feel, Kelly.
All right. Wait, what? Oh, child, listen. I'm feeling great, honey. I'm feeling like the girl in the picture.
And what kind of picture is that?
Whatever picture y'all bitches want it to be. What's guy?
All right, so everybody out there that want to show Kelly love, they said, "Damn."
Oh, I didn't know, bitch.
Hey, how you doing?
I didn't know, Judy. Oh, I didn't know that you could scream this Tobago too.
Can you?
Yeah, that's what my manager is telling me.
I had no idea.
He said we're gonna scream this to YouTube too. I mean to Bingo too. He said he's watching it on YouTube right now.
And he can stream to be. I didn't see that on the Let me see something.
Yeah, he said we're gonna scream this to Bingo as well. But saying, you know, so all you girls out there, let me tell y'all something, okay?
They don't have that on. They don't have that on the list for restream. But okay, go ahead.
Okay, so let me tell all of you girls out there, because I know everybody has been looking for me on, you know, Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and stuff. Like, they got this new app called Bingo, and that's where I be doing my lives at. So if y'all want to follow me over there and see my lives and stuff, you know, y'all can follow me up. My motherfucking my Bingo ID is Just Kelly, JUSSSKELLY 1472, and y'all can follow me, y'all. I be over there, it be popping and shit and stuff like that. And that's why I be making all my new videos and shit at. But you know, I'm still around and I'm still doing my due deals and shit like that. You know, as soon as this is over, you know, I'm gonna give y'all a nasty, you know, BrtbTV aftermath with myself and my brother. And I might bring in some of, you know, the little side reject hosts that they used to have. Well, you know.
Let's not do that, Kelly. It's all positivity, boo. Let's not do that.
Really? That's what we give it?
Yes, my love.
Let me do what I want to do.
Okay, well, everybody on here that know that it's Kelly's birthday, again, it is the icon Just Kelly, Miss Rahi, gorgeous Gucci.
No.
But Kelly, listen. At the end of the day,
listen.
Let me speak. At the end of the day, that is still part of your legacy and history. So no, you can listen, whatever it is. You was in that house for over 20 years. You can denounce it. You can say all that, but it's still part of your history. So it's just paying homage. Kelly, Miss Rahi, gorgeous Gucci. Just Kelly, Just Kel's. Simple as that. Let's not even do that. It's your birthday.
That's his terminology. But my name is Kelly Gorgeous Gucci. Nothing else. And if Kelly Gorgeous Gucci, I'm gonna tell y'all just like I tell the niggas in prison. If Kelly Gorgeous Gucci is too much for you, okay, you could call me Just Kelly, baby.
Okay, well, there's people on here. There's a lot to discuss. There's people on here. Several people already asking on Facebook, YouTube, what is your Cash App? If you want to send Kelly love, show her some love, send her $1, $2, $5, $42. Listen, but even though I suggest you guys only send what you can afford, it is still a pandemic. The unemployment rate is astronomically.
It is my birthday, honey. I have been showing up and showing out for y'all for years, Miss Thing. So, send those cash apps on through, push them on through. Jet the $, Jess Kelly, JUSSS, that's 3 S's, KELLY, honey, okay? And we are live and we are here. So if you send those cash apps on through, baby, as you send them through and you doing your due deals, baby, you will hear the ching come across the screen, baby. Let's get excited, bitches, honey. Okay?
Plug that in one more time for the people. Go ahead, beg. Donate. Go ahead, do what you got to do. Put it out there.
Do deals. No, it's you see, my brother is still used to being over here on Facebook and YouTube and stuff. We're on bingo, baby. When the girls are sending
bingo or bigo.
Bigo.
Okay.
The girls are sending you things, baby. It's called doing your due deals, honey.
Gotcha.
So do your due deals and just send it on through, honey. Don't be mean. Drop your sister a couple of beads in her cash app. Okay.
Okay, so listen, before I go heavy, I want to go light, so let's back up a little bit. Tell the people here on YouTube about Bigo, whatever one it is, Bigo, I believe, right? Tell them about it.
I know I don't know how to pronounce shit. I always fuck shit up, bitch.
Tell them about it. Tell them how they can find you on it and give them the premise and tell them what to do if they want to go on there and see what it's about.
Well, let me see. Hold on. Let me go to my phone, baby, okay? Let me see. Hold on. I gotta go to my thing. Oh wait. Hold on. Pew. Okay. So if y'all girls see right here on the app is BIGO. Okay, baby. This is my profile right here on Bigo. That's my screen name. If y'all can see it down there in the bottom, that's my Bingo ID, Jess Kelly. 1472. Y'all can definitely come over there on the app and y'all can definitely follow me. That's where I do all my live streaming videos at. That's where I do Petty Mondays at. For everybody that's on YouTube that's been looking for me and I haven't seen me post a video up on YouTube in a couple of weeks because I was going live on YouTube, I do all my lives over there. And so if you want to come and download the app and you want to definitely follow me and definitely get Petty Mondays and any other things that I do, please definitely do come and download the app and definitely go look on the and definitely go over there and you could definitely follow me and definitely get my videos, get all my contents and stuff. That's where I do all my lives at. So it's not that I just dropped off the face of the earth and y'all don't see me on YouTube or anything of that anymore, but that's where I'm at. So,
but Kelly, you did tell me when we spoke last week that you was actually going to start doing new stuff on YouTube again for your followers on YouTube, correct?
No, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make a video up there for my followers on YouTube and let them know how to download the app and how to follow me, baby. But besides that will be the only video that I'll be doing on YouTube. So if y'all want to be a part of the girl's life, honey, and know what the girl is giving, y'all better come over there and download the app. Miss Say, she's popping, Miss Say, she's fire, Miss Say.
Allergies?
And what I'm going to say to I'm like, a lot of people don't like the app because a lot of people say the app is so negative because people hear a lot of negative things. You have thousands and thousands and thousands of rooms on the app. You don't have to be a part of the negative shit if you don't want to be a part of it, okay? You can come over there and start your own platform and have a positive outlook on the app. And you have a lot of rooms and a lot of different people that have positive rooms and positive outlets on there. And then you have a lot of rooms that also have negative rooms. So if you want to join the negativity, bitch, and you want to be a part of the shit, bitch, be a part of the shit. I don't understand how people say they don't like negativity, but bitch, y'all bitches love me, bitch, and I'm Negative Betty. I've been reading bitches for years.
You're Queen Negativity?
Yes, bitch. I've been talking shit for years, girl, bitch.
Craig Page from YouTube said, Kelly, can you please record your Bigos and post them to your YouTube channel?
No, I can't.
You heard it there first. Kelly, real quick before we get into some stuff. a lot of birthday love. Forrest Michael says, happy birthday, lady. Jefferson said, Jefferson Kelby, happy B-Day. Doughboy Sean, happy birthday, Kels. Love you. Keisha Diaz, I believe, happy birthday. Lala said, what's up, Lala? Happy birthday, Kelly. Martha, what's up, Martha? Happy birthday, Kelly. Miss you bunches. What's up, Ronika? Kevin JC said, happy birthday, Kelly. Cedric Johnson, hearts. Kenyon say, happy birthday, Kels. Wayne Group. I mean, it's tons of people, all of them. That's on here, on all the pages. They all giving you love. They said, what's your shade with YouTube? It's no shade. Right now, she chose to move the platform to Bigo. So again, if you guys would like to see
it's no shade with YouTube, baby. It's shade with my purse. Honey.
Yes. Monetizing for her on there is great. What's your cash app again, Kelly?
I just put my cash app in the comments. I'm in the comments.
On YouTube, what's your cash app?
My YouTube, is $ JU. Oh wait, hold on. I put the wrong one in the comments. JUSSKELLY.
It's 2 S's or 3?
3 S's. Everything is 3 S's. Everything is 3 S's with me.
A lot of people on YouTube say they miss you on YouTube. They miss you. They miss you. They miss you. Okay, boom.
I know y'all do, but I need y'all to download. Bigo.
So, okay, so before, still again, I want to start light before we get into heavy. They asked, Randy said, how do you make money on the app?
You make money on the app by coming on the app and I'm sitting on live, baby, and people send me gifts.
So is everyone guaranteed to make money on this app?
Everyone is guaranteed to make money on the app. As long as you have a personality, you can make money on the app. Anybody can come on the app and become a host. And you are guaranteed. I'm screaming you on YouTube. I'm screaming you on YouTube or Bingo. Oh, they're screaming me on YouTube or Bingo right now. Oh, yeah, but anybody is guaranteed to come on the app and make money on the app, okay? All you have to do is find an agency, find an agent, and you can make money on the app. I'm in a fabulous agency over there. And
what's the name of the agency?
You said what? Anybody can go and be a part of the agency. My agency that I'm in is F&R Industries, honey, and that's my homeboy Duty. And bitch, like when I tell you, like I'm the type of person, I need somebody that's really hands-on when it comes to me. You know, I'm a lot to deal with, and everybody knows that I'm a lot to deal with. And Duty is here, and he's hands-on with me. Like, Duty hits me up. Like, I have other people that's in other agencies on the app, and they calling me, and they asking me questions, bitch. Like, girl, why y'all not asking the people that y'all in these agencies with these questions, and y'all calling me and asking me these questions? Oh, because y'all went and y'all got into a straight agency, and y'all thought that they was going to do what they needed to do for y'all, and they not doing what they need to do for y'all. So people calling and asking me questions. But Duty is really hands-on when it comes to me, making sure that, bitch, oh, Kelly, this is your goal for this month. This is where you need to be. This is where you're at right now and stuff and everything. And whenever I text him and ask him questions, he's here for me. So, bitch, when it comes to me, you know, telling somebody about being in an agency, I would even tell them to come over and be a part of Duty's agency, or even go and be in Bo's agency, because they're great and they're really hands-on when it comes to their talent and things of that nature.
The app is called Bigo. A lot of people were unaware of the app. Download the app Bigo if you want to follow.
Okay, I'm putting the app name. I'm commenting on Facebook. I'm putting it in the comments on Facebook. I can't comment to y'all on YouTube because I'm not logged into YouTube right now on my computer to watch the live from my computer. But I just put it on Facebook. Like, I had so many people from my Facebook that has now came over and on the app, and they're a part of the app. I got our girl Tammy PA is now on the app as well. She's in the agency with Duty as well. She just hit her 120 goal today on the app. So, you know, she's gonna have a cute little check next month and stuff. So, you know, I'm here. Like, the app is not as negative as everybody think it is. And I've been trying for the longest to get BrtbTV over there on the app, because the kids have been asking for him, but he just does not want to come and be a part of the app. So I think I need everybody.
I don't want to dedicate. When I do lives and things of that nature, I like to do it on my own time. And when I want to, I don't want to dedicate 30 hours like you told me. And it looks like an arcade game, the interface for me. So I'm 42 as well. I mean, I'm not 42. I'm 41. I'm going to be 42 in 2 months. Listen, blessed and highly favored and very happy. But yeah, I like what I do, and I'm happy for the ones that I'm Bigo making the coin. Keep it real. That's the only reason why you over there, because you making the coin. So,
bitch, you know I gotta do my due deals, honey. Okay.
And somebody on here said that they haven't seen you do a PK on Bigo yet.
I have done a PK, and I got slated by PK. But we're not gonna talk about that. We're not doing free publicity. Not tonight.
Got you. Okay. Kelly. Again, guys, I'm gonna get to all the questions.
The only thing I don't like about Bigo, and I like about over here is I can smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, YouTube's a little different. I heard that they're very strict now on there. It was a little bit looser, I guess, and they got a little strict.
Well, you know, when the girls want to come over there and be hoes, bitch, you know, when you know, let me say this to you, okay, bitch. If you ain't got no talent, Miss Say girl, okay, bitch, it ain't the place for you. If you think you wanna be a hoe, and that's all you know how to be is a hoe, and you ain't got no talent, you know, you gonna make your change when you a hoe, Miss Thing, bitch, but you'll get blocked, Miss Thing, and it'll cost you a pretty penny to get your page back, honey. But
before we get to that.
But you could definitely hit up Duty, honey, if you get your page blocked, honey. Can
y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Listen,
before we get to the heavy, Jason, we're gonna talk about some light before we get to heavy, because I thought you was gonna
But wait, can I just interrupt y'all for 1 second?
Of course.
I just got back in my best friend Dion's house. They tore Center City, Philadelphia to, like, my heart is still beating so fast. Like, it was like a movie down there. Like, I know I'm supposed to stay in the house, and don't worry, y'all, I'm safe. But I had to see it for myself, and I could not believe.
Like they did for the Super Bowl? They tell it worse than the Super Bowl?
Kelly, they tore up Jones Chef. They tore up the Apple Store, Urban Outfitters, Theory, Boys, Diesel, Champion, Ubik, the jewelry stores, the Rolex stores.
So that means they tore Walnut Street, you saying?
Walnut Street is destroyed. They set 3 cop cars on fire. They also Foot Locker. I mean, it's people downtown walk around. It's kids down there that's like 10, 11 years old with sneaker bags and book bag. I mean, it was something out of a movie.
Honey.
Happy birthday, Kelly. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Y'all need to stop killing these cops. Stop killing these.
Well, listen, so I want to talk about light before heavy, but Jason, you kind of introduced it. So let's get to it. This week, I wanted to talk about legendary guys. Hopefully, maybe we can switch it around to that at the end of the call now. Okay, so guys, the beginning of the week, I know we all saw the individual. What was her name? What did they call her? She was another Karen. Her name was Amy Cooper.
I think Baby Cooper, Miss Karen for the park.
Yeah, you know, we all know why they are calling these women, these racist women, Karens. The first thing was the catalyst, I feel, that kind of like jump started a lot this week was the woman that seen the individual black male bird watching in the park, and basically she threatened him. He asked her to leash her dog. She felt offended that this black man would ask her to leash her dog. And she basically threatened him and said that she was going to call the police and say that a black man, correct, was threatening her. And, you know, she put on the act and, you know, all of it on tape, and she changed her voice up to make it look like she was in distress, that she was going to be attacked and hurt. And thank God he filmed it all, and she was fired. And of course she gave a weak ass, lame ass apology. And animal rescue shelter she got the dog from took the dog back.
She's also on administrative leave.
Oh, she's just on administrative leave? Great. You can see how vicious and how what's wrong? You can see how vicious. What happened?
Thank everybody in the comments for all the birthday wishes and the birthday love.
He's gonna call back. I don't know what happened to his phone.
Hold on.
I'm supposed to see how again. You can see how vicious and how nasty and calculating that this woman was for her to do something just so despicable, but it backfired on her. And if that wasn't even enough. We all, unless you have seen the tragedy that happened to George Floyd in Minneapolis, he was stopped and detained for, they said, giving some type of.
I understand. Listen, right? Everybody is talking about Mr. Floyd that got killed in Minneapolis, but nobody's not talking about the trans man that was killed by the cops. That was all over Facebook.
Okay, well, we'll come to that in a moment, but let's finish just talking about what happened with that. The individual. Can you hear me, Kelly?
I hear you.
He was. Hold on, I don't know what's going on with this. The individual was detained, and he was detained. The cop knee was on his neck for 8 minutes. The man was, and other people was begging for him to let him go, let him up, because he couldn't breathe, and the man died. By the time he got to the hospital, he was dead, and that has caused a blizzard around the world as far as with protesting and rioting. People's upset. Our people's upset. They are over it. They are tired of this. And what is this? The whole strip? Philly is a fool right now. Stopped. Yeah. So Kelly, what were you talking about before we get back into that?
I'm trying to find the link. Y'all know I really don't be on Facebook like that. So I'm trying to find a link, but it was a trans man in some state that was killed by I know who page is on.
It won't let me connect.
It was a trans man that was killed by an officer. We talk about everything else when it comes to our community, but we never talk about our own people. And we never stand up for our own people, but we stand up for everybody else.
Okay, so do you feel like, okay, so when they say Black Lives Matter, do you think that gay lives and trans lives are not inclusive in that, or not included at all?
No, it's not.
So
no, it's not at all.
So what do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I keep my opinions to myself, but y'all go stand up for y'all Black people. That's what y'all do, baby. And I go stand up for my Black trans people. That matters, because Black trans people matters. Y'all go out here. I'll keep my opinions to myself.
I mean, Kelly, you can't make a statement like that and not speak about it and say keep it to yourself. Say how you feel. At the end of the day, it's how you feel.
Baby, y'all go, everybody, all of these Black, gay, and lesbians, and trans, and gender nonconformists, and everybody's on the front line for all of these Black African-American people that are killed, baby. But who is on the front line for our trans people that's being killed? Nobody's on the front line for our trans people that's being killed.
I think that a lot of our trans people and a lot of our gay people are there for all of our people.
They're there, and they're there, and they supported. They're there, and they're supporting the Black Lives Matter, the Black straight lives that matter. Okay, baby, please.
And I definitely understand what you mean, and I understand why you feel that way, because I see that we go hard for everyone lots of times, and there are a lot of straight people that do not go hard for us and do not care what happened to us and do not care about when our trans girls get killed or when, their hate crimes toward us.
And then y'all sit here, okay, why ain't nobody, listen, hold on, because I had to go and find this. Why ain't nobody talking about this Black trans man, honey, okay? Why ain't nobody talking about this Black trans man right here?
His name is Tony McDade. Can you get what exactly happened to him?
I don't know what happened to him. I seen it on Facebook, but why ain't nobody? He was killed. He was killed. Hold on. He was killed way before this black man, Mr. Floyd, was suffocated. He was killed way before Mr. Floyd was suffocated by the cops. He was killed by the cops. Why ain't nobody motherfucking out rioting and motherfucking burning the motherfucking city down for this trans man that was motherfucking killed by a motherfucking police officer? Why? Because he's Black. And second reason is because he's trans. But y'all want us to be on the front line for y'all. fuck out of here with all of this motherfucking hypocritical ass motherfucking bullshit. I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking black motherfucking lives, bitch, unless they are part of the LGBTQIF plus motherfucking community, bitch, because nobody gives a fuck about us. But all you motherfucking Decepticons and you Transformers want to be on live and at these protests, bitch. But I ain't seen none of y'all post up about this black trans man that was killed in his city by the fucking cops. So let's talk about it. Can we talk? Can we be frank? Let's talk. Ain't none of y'all talking about Tony. Ain't nobody talking about Tony being killed. He was killed before this man was suffocated by the cops. He was killed by the cops. But why y'all ain't nobody talking about that? Why that's not on front page news? Why that ain't on CNN? Why that on the ABC, FBC, and FID, and GID, and DBI? Okay, bitch, why they?
I think that's always
because he's trans. That's why. But if he was a black cisgender man that got killed by the cops, y'all motherfuckers will be on the front lines and y'all be talking about it. But if he's black and he's trans, ain't nobody talking about him being killed by the cops in his city. So don't ask me no more questions about black cisgender men that's being murdered by the fucking cops, because I don't give a fuck about it. So can we go to the next topic? Because I don't give a fuck about it at all. Okay, because my black trans sisters, when we being murdered and killed by cops and different people, it ain't on the front of nobody's newspaper. Ain't nobody fucking rioting and breaking in motherfucking stores for us. So I don't give a fuck about the motherfucking straight people. I love y'all for y'all support of me, bitch. But support me and my motherfucking community when we getting our ass beat by the cops, when we getting murdered by motherfuckers. Okay, support us.
Let me ask you a question, Kelly. What do you think can incite change or invoke change so that way when one of us are murdered or someone within our community is murdered?
People stop looking at us as a fucking abomination.
But what do you think will invoke the change? Because
ain't nothing gonna invoke the change, baby, because people are not willing to change. You gotta be willing to make a change to want to see change. If you're not willing to make a change to want to see change, there is never going to be no motherfucking change, mistake girl. We didn't do this to ourselves, mistake bitch. We didn't ask to be like this, bitch. This is the way we was born. It is something that is in our DNA and our mental that we are like this, bitch. So now we need to go back. Because you see, okay, because now everybody thinking it's a problem. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this child. I ain't raised this child like that. Bitch, well, let me go look back at your mama DNA and your father's DNA. Because it was something in your DNA that put into your child DNA that made your child this way. Okay, baby? But it ain't nothing that we gonna say that's gonna make me change my mind or my opinion on any of this shit that's going on, bitch. I don't give two fucks about it.
Let me ask you a question. You have a platform. And this one of our trans brothers just got murdered. I'm going to look it up when we get up the phone to see exactly what happened to him. With this platform that you have, Kelly, and you being trans, what about you? Hold on, because I'm getting a lot of messages about people that want to call in to talk to you.
If y'all want to call in and talk to me, y'all better y'all coming to talk to me and y'all gonna tread lightly?
No, somebody is saying they want to piggyback off what you're saying. They like what you're saying.
Because I'm fired up. And I told Caesar before we got on this live, are you sure that you want to ask me these questions? And he said yes. I'm fired. When I'm passionate.
At the end of the day, if you're passionate, you feel something, it is. As long as you do, you give everything is your feeling and you feel it respectfully. That's all that matters at the end of the day. I don't think that anybody, for the most part, is wrong. I may not agree with what people feel. I'm not talking about you, period. But you have a right to express how you feel. But with your platform, do you feel like you could be doing more for your trans community? As far as, for example, I didn't know anything about this young brother that got killed, and a lot of people that's on here are saying the same thing. Do you feel like you could be doing more with it?
Y'all would not know. Y'all would not know that they was killed. You know why y'all would not know they was killed? Because they're trans, and it was swept underneath the rug, and it wasn't brought to the forefront, baby. Okay, I guess, and I don't want to seem insensitive when I say this. I guess when the cops killed him, if somebody was recording the video and they was killing him, and he said he couldn't breathe, maybe it would have been nationwide.
But Kelly, but still, that man was still in all. That man still didn't have a right to die the way that he did.
He didn't have a right to die. Neither did my trans brother, or neither did my trans sisters.
That's not the point I'm trying to make. You're told it's not. It's across the board. It's wrong. Committing acts of murder from people in authority and racist and from this America that we're in, it doesn't make it right across the board. It doesn't make it right that they don't support us. It doesn't make it right that these police are killing us. It doesn't make it right that a lot of people feel like the Black Lives Matter do not include us in.
They don't. They don't.
But listen to what I'm trying to tell you. But it still causes division when. Oh my God, guys! I'm sorry. How? So now I'm trying to figure out what. Hold on. It still causes division, like when we feel like just because we're not included in something that we have to not think. At the end of the day, this still affects all of us, whether being included or not. It still affects all of us.
It don't affect me. It don't affect me. It affects y'all. Okay, it affects y'all. Okay, it affects black gay men. That's who it affects. It don't affect transgender women. It don't affect trans men. Okay, because we're not included in Black Lives Matter. You being a black gay man, you are included in Black Lives Matter because you're a black person and you're included in that. But when you're black and you're trans, you're not included in that.
Everyone out there, this is one of my cisgender sisters, Lindsay, Kelly, Lindsay, y'all already know each other.
Hello, hi.
I can't hear you, Lindsay. Hold on, there's several people trying to call in right now. I can't hear you, Lindsay. Talk, Lindsay.
Wait, let me, hi.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi. Oh God.
Jason, you just missed a lot. You just missed a lot. We'll recap you. I don't know if you was watching, but you just missed a lot with Kelly. Kelly feels a lot of ways. To recap, everyone, this is Lindsay. Y'all already know Jason. Okay. Jason, Kelly feels a ways, of course, because of the trans brother. I don't know if you know about the trans brother that just got killed, whatever.
Yeah, I know about it, yeah.
And that they haven't had no media coverage on it, and nobody was actually stepping out in the front lines for him to avenge him. So she feels like we're not included in Black Lives Matter.
No, I didn't say that. I said.
Yeah, you're right. You said us black gay men are, but not trans. But trans are not.
Black trans women and black trans men are not included in Black Lives Matter.
Can we, you know, I don't mean to be this person, but I want to be a devil's advocate for a second. Everybody's included in Black Lives Matter. We have to stop separating ourselves and stop making ourselves different from, and again, I'm speaking as a black gay man. I have marched with my black trans sisters. I have marched with my black trans men. I have been out on the front line many a day when a lot of these girls are sitting home being Facebook thugs have done nothing but talk. We are still included in Black Lives Matter. Granted, do I feel like there should have been more media coverage about the black trans man that was murdered by the police? Absolutely, there should have been. But when you say things like, you know, oh, this is not for us. Today in Philadelphia, there were black gay, there were black trans, there was white trans, there was like Latino trans, there was everybody marching for a cause. And instead of people saying that or separating themselves and making themselves feel differently, step to the forefront and come and march. Exercise your right to protest. Exercise your right to have a voice and say something. Everybody wants to jump behind Facebook and social media and make it seem like we're not included in something. We are included. That's how I feel.
Okay, so y'all out there, y'all marching for this black man. Who out marching? Yeah, you marching for us. Yeah, you marching for us, but who on that other side, when one of us is killed, come and march for us and make a national...
We may not have the mass allies, which is true, Kelly, you're absolutely right. We do not have the mass allies that we should when it comes to black and brown queer bodies. No, we do not. But when those marches do happen, when they had the big march in Washington, people were on the forefront. People were there. people showed up. A lot of folks that I see on Facebook,
Oh, when they had a nationwide gathering, everybody came and showed up. Faggot. When they had a nationwide gathering, they came up and they showed up for you faggots. But when you faggots are being killed in fucking numbers across the state and nobody's saying nothing about it, nobody showed up. And you don't have this for that trans man on motherfucking TV right now. You don't have that for that trans man that was killed by the cops because he does not matter.
Can I say something?
Of course. Okay, Lindsay, for those, Lindsay's a cisgender woman. How do you feel, Lindsay? What is your view?
Here's the thing.
Somebody has noise in the back. I don't know who it is, but go ahead.
I understand fully what Kelly is talking about. The man, his name was Tony McDade, I think it was. He had just gotten out of prison. The minute he got back on the block, he was assaulted by a group and it was recorded on live. He was beaten up. Then he arrived. This all happened he had just been out of jail for like a week. And this happened. All these things happened to him. And it culminated in his death. Now, what I'll say, Kelly, is she has every right to feel the way she feels about it. I understand her completely. But what I will say to Kelly is it's a twofold situation. It's very multi-layered because first of all, when they reported Tony's death, he was misgendered off the bat. So that's probably why there wasn't a national outcry. And let me speak to that. There's been an issue where Black women have been getting killed, right? Almost with the same swiftness that Black cishet men have been getting killed, but you don't hear their names like Black cishet men are at the forefront. That's right?
As well.
Exactly. So now we have an issue with Black women being killed. Like they weren't talking about Breonna right away either.
No, they weren't.
So now we have a Black trans man misgendered as a female. Okay, and that's how they perpetuate the gender identity thing. I am totally behind Kelly and being mad and being outraged. And let me tell you something, if she don't want to support Black cishet men on the front line, she don't have to. That is her prerogative as a Black trans woman.
That is her prerogative. But here's my thing, Lindsay. And I support what Kelly's saying, and I overstand her because again, I have been in the front line. I have been at the marches. I have been there because at the end of the day, I didn't want to be somebody who just typed it. I wanted to be it and experience it and say I actually support it. But the problem that I have is it's like when something happens to
James, you got to put your light on because we can't see you.
I'm at work. You don't need to see that.
Listen, James, don't you start that shit.
When it comes to things that happen to Black cisgender men, then it becomes, oh, well, what about trans lives? Like, we're not saying trans lives don't matter. They do matter. And as somebody that's a part of the umbrella of the community, they definitely matter. Because that could have been one of my daughters, that could have been one of my sons, that could have been one of my sisters, my aunts, my mothers, any of my trans sisters, that could have been anybody. But what we are talking about is police brutality to Black men. That's what we are talking about. We need to not change the agenda right now.
But what about police brutality?
I understand that, Jason, but let me tell you this. I have to disagree. Y'all, I don't agree with that. Y'all are not included.
But you're not me. So y'all can't tell me how something affects me because I'm a Black gay man. So I'm
not telling you how it affects you. What I'm saying to you is I disagree with you.
That's fine to disagree with me, but again, you're not a Black man. You're not a Black man, and you're not a Black gay man, so you wouldn't understand.
I am also qualified to speak because I am a Black woman.
You are qualified to speak. I never took your qualifications away from you. I never took your qualifications away from you.
Work. And you guys, unfortunately,
I'm about to send you a link to call in right now. Call in.
You should be. You're not included the way you should be. You're not at the forefront. No, you are not. trans women, anybody of trans experience.
But I can't stand that every time we have a big murder that happens to a black man that's unarmed, that's killed by police, we change the agenda and now make it, oh, what about the trans? We're not saying trans lives don't matter. But right now we're talking about a black man that was killed.
You are a gay black man, but you are still cis-het. You are still cisgender.
What I'm not going to be doing, I'm not going to be double teamed by two women. I'm not being double teamed. No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to be double teamed by two women. Because y'all are both women that don't understand what I'm going through. Y'all don't get it.
Oh, I get it.
Y'all don't get it because y'all want to twist the agenda and try to twist my words into being something else.
Regardless of whether you're gay or not,
y'all cannot speak for me. I'm sorry, y'all are not going to speak for me. And as somebody that's a part of the community, I do recognize that black trans lives do matter. I do recognize that black trans women.
I'm not telling you that you don't think that.
I don't know what y'all are saying, nigga. It doesn't make any sense to me. Right now,
we are saying that to you. You have privilege as a cisgender man who is also gay.
What happened to a black man that was gunned? That was.
Okay, guys. So Lindsay and Jason, let's cool down for a sec. Love what both of you guys are saying and expressing your opinion. James is on here, London. Hey, London. Hey, James. James, you said you wanted to say something about what Kelly was saying. What do you feel? Everybody out there that know this is the icon, James Caan. Boom.
Well, I just want to know, why do people think that these white motherfuckers in the White House, on Capitol Hill, or even executives are paying attention to these people out here? They're at home eating their crab legs and shrimp. They laughing at this shit, you know? And I listen to this radio show every morning, Russ Parr, while I'm at work. When I get to work, I always turn to 102.3. And he started a blog on Instagram. I think it might have been Thursday. When he came back Friday, he was reading the message. And this one white guy, well, a lot of white people responded because he always trashing the president. But the man speak the truth. For anybody that know Russ Parr and listen to it, they know he speak the truth. But the thing is, one of the white guys on there had made a comment, and I've been saying it for so many years. The black community got a situation among themselves, within themselves, that they needed to address before anybody gonna start paying attention or looking at the situation, even though, you know, the white police are killing these black people, you know, and the black police officers is not doing anything. But my thing is,
your echo is feedback.
Can you hear me now?
Something's making you echo.
I don't know. What about now?
It's better. Go ahead.
Yeah, but we got to stop killing each other first. The white people sit back and been laughing at us for years. I remember when Donald Trump first got elected, the KKKs had put a memo out or something on Twitter or wherever it was at, saying that they enjoy the young black niggers because they make their job easier because they killing themselves. And I understand, but I mean, like the lady said earlier, or might have been Jason, somebody said that, you know, when they have somebody of color being killed by a white person or police or whatever, everybody go out and protest. But when are we going to fix what's going on within our own community? And then maybe these people see we got some unity together. We ain't killing each other. I mean, I don't get into that. I feel for the man. I think I sit there and watch the live actually that particular day when this was going on, when the man had put on his knee around the man's neck. So I saw it, but I just turned that shit off and I continue on with my day because it happened too frequently. But we're not gonna be able to get anywhere until we start fixing the issues that we have. Because I mean, when you can ride by and kill an innocent 6-year-old girl out there playing at the ice cream truck, I mean, stuff like that is what we have here in DC. It's everywhere. That's why these people not paying no attention to this shit now, and they turn their own fucking community up. That ain't the president of these white motherfucking stores and shit that they turn up. It's the stores that we go into. It's in our neighborhood.
Right.
So not to cut James off, trying to add to what James is saying. Y'all that's on this live right now, I was a little late because I actually went downtown and because I wanted to see for myself what was actually happening on the front line. And when I went down there, yes, there was definitely a lot of African-American people that was looting. but there was just as many white. There was just as many Latinos. There was just as many Asians. And when it comes to this looting, this is how I feel. You have 40 million Americans that have filed for unemployment, which is the highest rate that unemployment has been since the Depression. On top of that, you have people who have been sitting at home, not working for 2 months. On top of that, you have people, our community, our hard-headed LGBT ballroom community especially, that have been affected directly by this pandemic. On top of that, it's affecting Black people more. People are fed up, people are tired, people are angry. And when I see posts on Facebook from people talking about something, oh, the looting is crazy, oh, they shouldn't be looting. I've seen the same people with a checkbook, with a credit card, that robbed their dates, that stole from their own mothers, screaming about some, oh, looting is this and looting is this. Looting represents white America, police officers that have to protect a capital interest. So they're protecting those assets. That's why communities are outraged like this. George Floyd was the tip of the iceberg. They've been waiting to go off.
But you also, but we also have to be also careful and be aware of provocateurs as well.
Correct, because there was a lot of. Let me tell you something. When I was walking at that march, it was a police officer who's a client of mine's husband. He was in unmarked clothes and had a sign, and I'm like, "Hey, what you doing out here?" He's
hey,
like,
Jason.
They got us undercover.
Hey, Jason.
I was like,
Jason. Jason.
So why? Okay, wait, Jay. Wait, Big Jays. Let me say this.
We haven't had London chime in yet. London.
I'm sorry. Hi, London.
I want to say.
Let me.
Hey, Kelly, 1 second. Let London chime in real quick.
Let me just say this. First of all, my I could name that my daughter's store was just looted, robbed, and she's Black owned. She's transgender. She's Black owned. She's in Atlanta. She has luxury goods. Built it from the ground up. She came from. She is the success story that people want to hear about. You know, the girl that gets right from those underground economies and creates something for herself. And her store was looted by Black people, only Black people, like we saw the video today. My friend, the Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead, they didn't know, but it's owned by Black. My friend's parents own it. The Barancos own with Colin Powell. They own Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead. It's owned by Black people. People don't know that, but it is. It's owned by Blacks. They went in and set fire to Mercedes. They set fire to Tabernacle. My thing is this: I don't have a problem. Listen, white people have been looting for fucking centuries. Okay, white people have been looting, and they call it discovery. They call it colonization. They call it exploration. They call it all this other shit. But their ass has been looting for centuries. They looted Timbuktu. They looted Alexandria and the libraries of Alexandria. And then they have the audacity to fucking put the shit that they stole in museums and charge people to see it. They are the ultimate con artists, okay? But at the end of the day, like, they're doing it to other people. We don't need to be doing it to ourselves. If you're going to Buckhead and you're going to Buckhead, go outside that governor's fucking mansion. The governor's mansion is in Buckhead. Instead of taking your ass over there to that store, stand outside of his house and cause a ruckus outside of there and see the upheaval that you cause outside that governor's house, who's creating those policies that are making your life so difficult in Atlanta. Do it outside of his house. Have a system in place so that you are breaking. Like, the thing is that you do rioting and stuff is interrupting spaces, right? It's interrupting calm, which I get. It's the symbolism and everything. But there has to be more of a thought process and a planning and a strategy to it, because you can't just go break shit up. Because just like James said, them white people sitting at home, they don't give a fuck. Their insurance is paying for that stuff. They don't give a shit. And listen, white people are the ultimate con artists. So if y'all don't think that they finna sit at home and get more money off the insurance from that shit, they are happy y'all are looting them stores. They're gonna claim so much shit on that insurance. They're gonna get interruption of business. They're gonna get the damage of the property, the inventory. They don't care about that shit. They like, oh wow, we're gonna sit at home and enjoy. Like, that's not creating policy changes. That's
so. London, can I ask you a question, London? Do you think that Black businesses don't have insurance then?
Exactly. Do they have insurance? Don't they have insurance as well?
Yeah. Wait. I didn't say that. Well, actually, no. My daughter's insurance was not enough to cover her items. So no, her insurance was not enough to cover her items. But my thing is that a lot of people, a lot of businesses, if you don't know the whole thing around insurance and stuff and getting.
I know about it because I have a business. I know about it.
Hold on a second. Around getting credit approval and being bonded and insured and all that stuff is a little bit different when you are a marginalized company.
Absolutely.
Get your business insured. So it's a little different when you're versus you being Christian Dior or Louis Vuitton. And that's my point. Yeah, insurance is there, but that stuff.
Small business is one thing. Corporatocracy is another.
Right. Another one. Right.
$500,000, at least $500,000 worth of like stuff in her store. You understand?
Got it.
Now, I mean, all like 25 Chanel bags, Birkin bags. Like you got it, but their policy only approved her for like 100,000. You get what I'm saying? Like it only approved a certain amount when she was applying because of the whole process. So you know. That being said, when you're a small business, it's a little bit harder, right? But on top of the fact that she's not had anybody else in months to buy anything. And then, you know, so my thing is, like I said, I'm not one to judge the looting. Listen, like I said, white people have been looting and shit for centuries. They've been doing this shit. And they still do it to this day. They do it to us daily. My thing is that I just think people should have a strategy to what they're doing. I know there's civil unrest in this, but there got to be a strategy. Like, you know, you got to get together and think. Like, you can't just sporadically just do shit because, I mean, what happens with that? It just becomes a ball of confusion. There has to be some type of order in the chaos. Within the chaos, there has to be.
Let me ask you all.
What I want to say is what Jason said, that Mr. Floyd was the tip of the iceberg for all of this. Why wasn't Mr. Day the tip of the iceberg? For everybody to start doing this. He got killed.
I think that we are all forgetting in this moment, y'all. And I'm not saying maybe we're not forgetting. Maybe I'm thinking that y'all are forgetting. So if I'm speaking for y'all, I apologize in advance. But y'all are forgetting for 2 months, people have been sitting in the house, not working, frustrated, angry. And am I condoning them looting? No, I'm not condoning them looting. But when you look at the bigger picture of it all, it's like they were sitting at home waiting, like itching, scratching. And then something happened and everybody's outraged. Not to mention Donald Trump, because he's not my president, Donald Trump has activated that old white Anglo-Saxon Protestant racist negative attitude of all these white people that have been sitting home waiting for this to happen, that have been raising their children and teaching their children hate. These older white folks that have been hating black people and minorities for years.
Jason, I got a question for you.
Everybody been sitting home in their house for the last 2.5 months, because we can't go outside because of the coronavirus. But now everybody's outside and everybody's on the front.
They've been outside anyway. They've been at kickbacks, balls, everything. I just went around the
Y'all have to stop thinking that the ballroom scene is the end all be all. It's not you, London. But we have to stop this mentality of thinking that our small marginalized community represents the masses. It does not. So when you think about these thugs, I'm talking about these, not so much thugs, excuse me, wrong word. When you think about some of these minority people or some of these white minorities, because some of them are living ghettos too, that been sitting home not doing nothing, they've been activated.
A lot of people at home collect the unemployment, and darling, they don't make that much. They do not make what they're making, $4,000. They're not making at their normal jobs $4,000 a month. So let's stop that.
That is true. That is true.
A lot of people are not making that per month, and we're gonna keep it real because I know about a good 20 people that I know that are collecting off the top of my head that don't make that. I know the unemployment does not.
And I know a lot of people, bitch, that is happy, bitch, that this is going on, bitch, because they get paid at the job, bitch. They get paid more than unemployment.
Hey, but I got a question for y'all. Did y'all know?
Corona. I was fired from because a black trans woman.
Hey, Caesar. A lot of people ain't nobody talking about. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about the police officer that killed the guy we talking about were friends at one time. They worked together for 17 years as bouncers, so it was more of a personal thing. But let me tell you something. Last weekend, Memorial Day weekend, it was a 72-year-old lady here in D.C., somebody's grandmother. This is why I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I go in the house, have my tray, go to work, and I say fuck all this shit.
Okay.
72 motherfucking years old. Her daughter, her granddaughter had a beef, and these girls have been coming around there, fighting and all that. So this time, the grandmother happened to come outside and try to separate it and this and that. And y'all know what they did to her?
Beat the grandmother up.
They shot at her head and killed her.
Oh my God.
And these motherfuckers talking about the people 72 years old.
Wow.
She was 72. 72. She
Wow.
went out there to break the fight up or try to separate them. One of the thugs or whatever, pulled a gun out, shot this 72-year-old woman in the head. And right there, she died right there. That's somebody's mother, somebody's grandmother. You think I care a fuck about somebody out here protesting? Hell no.
Let me ask you. We have trans women on this call. We have a men on here. So what can we all agree with that needs to change? Because we all feel so passionate about what we believe in and what we feel. But what do you all feel that we can agree with that needs to change at the end of the day?
Ask one question. If y'all see that white racist bitch, what's her name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Tammy. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She gonna ask why people right. Bitch, you the same one that when black people was trying to take a knee, when they was taking a knee, y'all wanted his ass about the NFL. When he took a knee, y'all told him that y'all wanted him fired. Listen, he wanted to take a knee, a peaceful protest. He wanted to take a knee, but you let a white man put a fucking knee on someone's. So at the end of the day, look at the two next to each other. Black people were trying to take a knee and be peaceful. They were being peaceful on the knee, and y'all still had a problem with that. When the national anthem was going on, they said they want to take a knee. Y'all had a fucking problem. Y'all made this man lose his job. Y'all caused all this confusion, but now y'all still complaining when they out here causing upheaval. So how do we win? Because y'all get mad when we peaceful, and y'all get mad when we rioting.
So like, how about this? I'm gonna back up what you're saying. Every black celebrity that lives in Atlanta was all for the looting, all for the protest and the riot until it got to Atlanta. Now it's in Atlanta. Oh, don't do that in Atlanta. Y'all was saying do it everywhere else. So don't make it seem as though because y'all have black businesses down there or T.I. owns half of the West Side. Oh, don't come down here. Y'all could do that in Baltimore though, or y'all could do that in Philly, or y'all can do that in New York. What? That makes no sense.
Right.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is I just don't understand what you like.
Let me ask you this. What do you want to see come out of these riots? Being that you just said you had sent me some of the pictures and videos before you got on this call. What do you want to see come from this, honestly?
What I would love to see is us black community stop being so fucking lazy and take our asses to these polls. Us, the black gay community, start running for government. Start getting in city council. Start having more representation. Stop wasting time on fucking Facebook making a post complaining about something. Really use your platform. What I want y'all to stop doing is, I want y'all to stop sitting on Facebook and other social media websites condoning certain things that y'all condone and then turning a blind eye. But then when it flipped around the other way, oh, you bitches are so woke. That's what I want y'all to stop doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, with the whole thing with running. Like, my thing is, like, that's my big thing here about me trying to run for office here and trying to get here. But, you know, right now, my neighbor, it's like we both can't be in the same district and do it, but he's running and he's doing well. But, you know, and we're all supporting him in the neighborhood. But my other thing is this, is that we have to learn to...
Oh. Hello?
Hello? Something happened to London's phone. James, you back?
Oh. Yeah, London, I'm
London's back.
Yeah, but it's something happened in my video or something. It says,
I see you
on the bottom of your screen. Hit start video.
Is she back? You back?
We see you, London. No, come back. Come back.
Lindsay, so let me ask you a question. How do you feel in regards to what's going on, like what's happening currently in New York?
I haven't really been outside, but supposedly there was rioting around the Barclays Center. You know, my local Target was closed today, I'm assuming because of all the unrest. It got a little buck here in New York. I think there was some precincts that may have been affected. I'm not sure. That's only rumor. It's only speculation, but there was a bit of unrest here. There was definitely demonstration here in New York. I mean, in New York, it's always something going on. Oh, there's always something happening, something, you know, protests, debates. There's always something going on in New York, but in my part of town, it's been pretty quiet. I would just like to say to speak to Kelly's point once again. Tony Dade, he did matter. Trans lives do matter. They don't matter to as much as they should. That was the point I was trying to make, Jason. I wasn't discounting or dismissing anything you were saying, dismissing your experience as a gay Black man. What I was trying to point out is just little things like when Ed Buck, that notorious white man, where those young men were dying.
Yes, well, one of my friends. Yes, one of my friends was, yes.
I did not see a national outcry. I did not see Black Lives Matter coming to their defense. It was one of the victims' mothers who spurred that into motion. And this is what I'm saying.
Not to cut you off, Lindsay, but 1 second. You know what's so interesting about your statement? One of the young men that passed in that Ed Buck situation was from our ballroom community, right? But when our ballroom people, and I'm not speaking to you, London, because I know that you have been on the front line. I'm not really speaking to you neither, Kelly, because I know that you have been on the front line. We don't go out in March. It starts with a Facebook post and it ends with a Facebook post. We don't go out in March. We don't go out to the courthouses. We don't go down to the police station and demand justice. We're not stepping up. Yeah. We're just talking. It's all this fucking talk. Yeah. If we united, if you mean to tell me if 1,500 people can go to the Alpha and Omega Ball, why I'm saying 1,500 people can't fly and go to the fucking White House and start protesting and start having media outlets recognize that?
Right. Well, I don't want to sit here and shame people for not being.
I'm not shaming.
Everybody is not a protester. There's a lot of sacrifice that goes into protesting.
You're right.
And doing race work and doing, groundwork. You know what I mean? And I understand what you're saying.
You're right. I agree with you. There's other ways to do the ground. Every person doesn't have the same job, and you go ahead and you delegate duties to people in the movement.
Absolutely. And for some people, Facebook is their voice. Instagram is their voice. Live is their voice.
And I'm not saying that. Well, no, what I'm saying is, but it usually starts and it stops there. The next time something hot happens, they switch subjects and move on to something else, and they neglect it. No shade intended. Wait a minute. When I heard of Kia's passing, I was on Bigo. And got a text message. Me and Kia was not close, but she was somebody that I broke bread with, somebody who I was close and cool with, that I fucked with. That was my homegirl. That crushed me. Though I'm glad there was no foul play involved, but the first thing that I thought was, oh my God, did something happen to her? Was it foul play? What are we going to do? And to see stuff like that happen, even though I'm not going to bring up her situation, but it's to see London and all of them come together as sisters and do a memorial and do all those things, we're not doing that enough. It's not getting the media attention. We have people in our community who are writers, who are authors, who work in media. We can send out press releases. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, that has to be everybody's job. That's not everybody's job. Everybody don't have that same viewpoint. But at least we can do something.
People get turned.
Something can be done.
That is the problem. It goes dead. It goes dead. We can't mobilize properly. I think, race plays a part in it. Being queer, that all plays a part of it. Things that we would like to accomplish are also, being circumvented. They're being stymied because of these things.
So let me interject. So one of the things that's a big issue for me is I lost my job during COVID. A Black trans woman sent a video of me in my office talking about Ballroom, where I'm a fucking Ballroom icon. Not only am I an icon, I work at Johns Hopkins University at the Bloomberg School of Public Health, the #1 school of public health in the world, the only Black trans woman that works there, and my job requires an upper level degree. Girl decided that she wanted to take a video while I'm sitting at my desk talking about what would be detrimental to Blacks, what I would feel detrimental to my people, my community. You're not even a part of Ballroom. You don't have a right to even talk about anything that I'm saying about Ballroom. You submitted to my job and got me fired. And they had and through the whole process of it all, what I was told at the appeal was surmise that I was talking about her because I had an exchange with her. Do you hear what I just told you all? How white privilege works? They were able to, these white cis women, 3, were able to surmise that even though I never mentioned this girl's name, her organization name, that I was talking about her. How fair is that? If you all think that I'm not taking this to court and fighting this, but this is the time where I need community to back me, especially Ballroom, with Ballroom, why I did this. Hopkins has had so much contentiousness with Black people in Baltimore, and in particular, trans people. Now they open up the Center for Trans Health, but at first they did not doing trans work, even though they were the first to do it. So this is a time when I need people to rally behind to make that difference, to go up there to Hopkins and let them know that they said that they fired me because the statement that I made where I said don't attend nonprofit balls. You know, a lot of those nonprofit balls don't get it. They usually get numbers and then they drop you. They get the numbers and then they drop you. You never hear anything from them. You never see anything from them at all, right? And this is one of those organizations, like, you never hear from them. So I was a statement, right? They took that statement and turned it into something else. And after they did that, they said that my statement was detrimental to trans community. Do you know all the things that I have done here for trans community? Do you know that I'm a sworn in advisor to the mayor, sworn in advisor to the police commissioner, where I had to go through things. I'm the only Black trans woman, the only one. Okay,
London, your audio is going in and out.
Oh, the only one. You get what I'm saying? And for you to be a Black trans woman, that I helped build your organization, and you to do this to me, I am so afraid, Lindsay, y'all. I'm afraid of anything to help community now. Like everyone knows I'm a big thing on helping, being a part of community. I'm afraid now. Like, I don't want to do stuff because I don't know who will harm me. You get what I'm saying? I don't know who will do something to me, and I have a fear. I go to a therapist every Friday now because I have a fear. This is my love. Advocacy was my love, and I don't have that anymore. That she took that from me. You know, and it hurts. Like, it brings me to tears. It hurts. Like I worked my ass off to get where I'm at.
Can I ask what the statement was?
Hey, Emery, everybody that's on here, this is Emery.
Hey, how are you? Yolanda, you know I love you.
We're talking about everything going on currently.
Hi, Emery.
The world is on fire.
Can I say something to London? I would like to say, London, I don't know what the answer is for you, but I appreciate you. I've been watching you. I've seen you on TV. I know advocacy was your thing, and I am so sorry that happened to you. And that is exactly how whiteness works. Right. You know, it pervades it. Once it's activated, it pervades everything. And in totality, that is what, you know, is that side is taken. You know, whiteness always prevails somehow. I'm sorry that happened to you, but I implore you to keep talking. Keep talking, keep advocating, keep doing what you do in a manner that is safe for you and your mental health. In a manner that is safe for you.
London, one of the viewers on YouTube, Benjamin Cunningham, said you need to file an EEOC.
If y'all, I don't know if he knows my background, but I'm very versed in the law. So yeah, I've already filed a complaint with EEOC. I'm waiting for I don't have I've already filed a complaint with the Office of Institutional Equity at the office, like, which they like overlooked and all this stuff. Like, I'm on. I also, so within my work capacity for community, I set up a meeting with the Office of Civil Rights here in Baltimore City, right? So Office of Civil Rights is there for discrimination. When things go on and it's any kind of discrimination, that's what people need to see. We need to understand and know not just about the vote that we go when we go in and make that vote in the box, but also understanding how the regulatory system works and understanding how administrative law works, right? Yeah. And understanding that how the comment period works, right? Like, everyone is sees that the president did that executive order on Twitter, right? About Twitter. But that is to launch what would be a comment period for the FCC to make changes, right? It would take Congress to make a whole new law that changed a law from '96 to even that's just political banter. He's just talking bullshit.
Right.
Exactly. a lot of the power is done through comment period and done through the agencies. And we need to also not just vote at the polls, but also understand being a part of that comment period. And if people don't understand how comment period works, I don't mind explaining it to people, and we can, do that too. But what I'm saying is that the Office of Civil Rights here in Baltimore, it is, you need to understand that your individual
Can y'all hear me?
your individual
we can hear you.
also have protections, right? So in New York, when I was there, that you have a human rights commission there in your city that you can make complaints with, that will go and approach the issue for you. Like, that is their job. Like, that is what they're there for. People need to understand all these different facets and agencies that exist. You gotta know what's there, for you. And I think we need to create a resource guide amongst us. Like, one, first of all, knowing your rights, which the ACLU can provide you those informative document. But the other thing is understanding what resources are there and creating a resource guide. We definitely need to do that.
Let me ask you, and anyone that can answer this, what would you all suggest in how, I don't, because there's no, I'm getting, everybody wants to be on this call.
Let's go.
Okay,
let's get it.
Everybody wants to call in. I'm not even going to listen. Anyway, what would you guys would say would be, this is such a crazy thing, but how should people protest? Because, if the looting is not getting a point, is not making, how would you suggest people go and protest?
Can I say something? I'm one
Go
of those
ahead.
people that, I'm sorry, this is going to be quick. I'm one of those people that I don't really use social media like that. I was just talking to people today to see how I could get more involved. Emery and I have a podcast. We'll definitely be talking about Hard to Swallow. We will definitely be talking about these issues on there. That's one way of using the media. However, I urge everybody, if they can, put your money where your mouth is with some of these organizations. Put your money where your mouth is. Find the reputable ones and give, even if it's a nominal amount. They need it. I think Black women have organized something called the Bailout Fund. If you can, do it. I suggest you do that. There are all sorts of things you can do. If you know a lawyer, if you are, you can go to the front lines, get people supplies, stuff like that. They need it. They need masks. They need water, all sorts of things. Milk, because that helps with tear gas. All of these things that, regular people can do. If you feel helpless, your voice is not being heard, you can do these things.
Right.
That's what I'd say.
Right.
Yeah, I think that nips it in the bud.
What's going on, Emery? What is your take on everything going on in the world right now?
Hey, what happened?
I said, what is your take on everything going on right now?
For me personally?
Yes.
I hate that it takes this, but I'm also just, I'm happy to see people uniform the way that they are. This has been going on for several decades, and a change needs to come. Okay, a change needs to come. What I'm unhappy about is the backlash that a lot of Black people, and not just Black people, because everyone that's protesting is actually not Black, but Black people are getting singled out for attacking businesses and bashing the
media
as if it's just us, and I think that's unfair. I'm so sick of people telling Black people how to protest and not have conversations about how white people need to end police brutality and racism and systemic racism. That should be what the conversation is, instead of being mad at why people are angry or why they're doing what they're doing. People are saying they need to protest peacefully, and then they always bring up Dr. Martin Luther King, even though as peacefully as he's quote unquote protest, as if he wasn't radical in his own right, he was still assassinated by the fucking US government. So there is no right way to really protest. Shit gets done when people get violent. rebellions and riots are the real things that have changed history. Okay, that's how real change has really came. I don't know what people are expecting from us writing certain little flowered notes to the government. That usually don't get the job done. Yeah. So if that could have got the job done, it would have happened already because we've been doing that.
Boston Tea Party. Hello. Boston Tea Party was a fucking riot. White people throwing fucking tea in the fucking water.
And white people should fucking know that this country was built on a revolutionary war. Yeah. Stop fucking playing with me.
And let me tell you, for anybody who doesn't know, there were tons of slave rebellions. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever think that Black people, when they got here, weren't in the mind to revolt. They used to poison people.
So then I guess how come we on this phone conversation earlier, everybody was acting like Lily was so bad?
They said what?
But
I don't understand how early on the conversation shifted right before my eyes. Everybody earlier had such a problem with how Black people looted and it needs to be done like this. It needs to be done like that. Now y'all bringing up the Boston Tea Party.
Land is never pretty.
No, that was just talking about the history of how
I know. I received the history, but I want y'all to hear yourselves how y'all went from saying that we shouldn't be so radical and tear down Black businesses.
Who said that, Jason?
No. Nobody said that.
That's not what we said.
No one said that.
Jason,
not you, Emery. You got on here late.
I didn't say that.
Black businesses.
Yes, you said that. Let me tell you, because I know Jason very well. Jason, you're upset and you're not listening to everything.
I'm listening to everything. What I'm listening
no, he
to,
said what
I'm
he
listening
said.
to back and forth. I'm listening to on one angle, we talk about how things happened in history. And now in modern day, no, there's no Boston Tea Party. There's looting.
Right.
No, right. But I said, listen, the first thing I said when I got on here is that I don't have a problem with looting. I said, do what the fuck you got to do.
No, I'm not talking about you, London. I ain't talking about you.
Do what you got to do, but don't be fucking up. Like,
don't lie. What is that background?
Oh, this was.
Who is that? Is that your mother?
We were making a little funnies.
I know what was going on. I said, "What the fuck is going on, Zola? How you doing?"
Okay.
Well, and I was just going to say that the past is only brought up only to specifically address that Black people, one, aren't the only ones, and two, the benefits that a lot of people are benefiting from riots of our ancestors. So how can we really be critiquing these people that's doing what they're doing today?
And I'd like to point out that there is a difference between corporatocracy and, small businesses. However, there are always casualties in war. And I am so sorry that happened to these businesses in Atlanta that were Black owned. But sometimes you got to destroy to rebuild. And I'm sorry they got caught up in that. I really am.
Too.
But I'm not,
Well, what the original
rebellion is never pretty. It's
Let's go
never
back.
pretty.
Let's go back.
Let's go back a little bit. Lindsay and maybe Zola can fit. I know Jason got a little upset because Kelly said that she felt like trans lives do not matter and it's not inclusive with Black Lives Matter.
It's not.
And Black Lives Matter was started by queer people.
Well, let's be clear though. The actual core of the founders, they care about trans
gay
lives.
Men.
Yes, they may care about trans lives, but most of the people that's using the hashtag don't include LGBTQ people, Black folks, and that's a problem.
They don't. That is a problem.
Yeah.
And when I'm talking to the regular niggas out here, let me tell you something, they don't give a fuck. And that is what burns me. They
Jason,
don't give a shit.
Why are you counting, Jason? What's up?
Because we have to stop it. We have no, Lindsay, I'm not. But we have to stop. Right now, we are not making this a gay, trans, we're not doing that. This is about what it's about. George Floyd. This is what it's about. This is about the injustices to Black people, to Black men. We're not going to shift the agenda. I'm sorry.
Wait.
It's not about privilege. It's not about none of that stuff. As a Black gay man, I totally agree with y'all. Black trans lives do matter to me. They matter to me. Are they so inclusive in the process? No, they're not. So right now, we have to stay on target. We are talking about Black Lives Matter, not no All Lives Matter. And
Tony Dade was a black man.
Actually, our point is all Black Lives Matter.
For the record, I am pro-Black gay as fuck. I am pro-Black. I am pro-ho. I am pro-sex work. I am pro-choice. I am all these pros. But right now, if you are fatophobic, transphobic, motherfucking all lives matter, I don't want to talk to you. All I care about are Black lives right now, and that is it. And when I speak to Black lives, I'm talking about everybody.
Okay, and I get what you're saying, but there's a value put on those particular lives.
Absolutely, that is
absolutely.
But the Black man, they look at the Black man. They are scared of us. They look at us as an inferiority complex. Are you kidding me? They're killing the Black man. Y'all keep trying to shift it.
Tony Dade was a black man.
Y'all are shifting it into something else.
But I'm telling you, it isn't.
All these Black men that were gunned down and killed by police.
He was a trans experience, but he was still a black man. And his name.
They do matter.
But Jason, you're not.
Y'all shifted when it's convenient for you.
No, it's not. He was a black man. Kelly was absolutely right in her assertion. Let me tell you,
the unjust murder of every Black person. It should be a conversation.
I never misgendered him.
To become a black man. No one has even ever posed that question.
Lynn, Jason, you got to take a step back for a moment.
I took a step back. And I'm just sitting and listening.
You're saying things and no one is saying that. No one said anything about you misgendering him. No one is saying that, Jason.
He was a black man.
So just issue. But what I'm saying is, stop making it seem like in this movement that trans lives, they make it about trans lives, they make it about gay. But nobody's not saying it don't matter. Right now, we're speaking of the masses. All of us underneath one umbrella. Black lives are what we're talking about right now.
Okay. Well, let me be clear with where I stand. Black trans lives will matter every motherfucking day of my life. And I don't give a fuck about when this rebellion started. It was mattering for forever. Okay, let's be clear. That Black trans lives will always still matter. And their murder just happened not too long ago. I'm not even going to say her name, but I think a Black trans woman was just murdered. So they will always be a topic of conversation. The point was that when we talk about Black trans lives in the Black Lives Matter movement, it needs to be all inclusive of everyone with a shade of brown and a Black African ancestry. That's it.
Right. And at the end of the day, Tony Dade was a black man. That's what the point I want to get to across. Trans experience. He was a black man of trans experience, and he mattered.
Black man.
He mattered. Nobody even talks about
the other man guy.
Nobody even talks about the courage it must take to transition to be into becoming a black man in this society. And it's something you can't help. It's something you need to do for your own sanity. Nobody even discussed. That's why it pisses me off. And that's why I stood behind Kelly on that, what she was saying. I understand what Jason is saying, and I'm not disputing any of that. I'm not dismissing any of it because it's all correct. But what I want everyone to know is that Tony Dade or Tony McDade, his life mattered. And he was a black man at the end of the day. That's it.
Okay. Caesar?
Ring on the same thing.
Yes, Emery? Zola, you have anything to say? There's a lot.
Hey.
Guys.
Ultimately, this is my Ma Shelley. This is the woman who has made me that I am today, a black lesbian. But we had this conversation earlier. We were talking about, go back to your question, Caesar, what would I like to see come out of this? I would like for us to come together and pull our resources together so that we can get solutions. We as Black people don't know how to come together and pull our resources so that we can combat the crime and the issues that are facing us as a community. When white people have an issue, if they don't like each other, all on this block, and one Black person moves in, we got to move out. I don't like you, I don't like you, fire. We need to get together, motherfucker out.
And we do have an abundance of resources.
Going in and out, Zola.
Yeah. Huh?
You going in and out, Zola.
Oh, shit. What I'm saying is that we don't know how to work together. We're so individualized. Oh, well, it's too hot. I can't go out. I want to hear that. What I want to see is us coming together and say, listen, I have a platform that's going to reach 1 million. I need you to come so that you have money and resources so that people travel to this destination so that we're together at I know that you have, like, I need people together collectively to pull our resources together so that we can come up with of people.
Don't lie, my love. You going in and out, boo.
Oh, man.
We get it.
But we got the message. We got the message. We get
it.
Love is the message.
And more. So, a lot of people. I wanted to just shift for a minute, just to bring. I want maybe a little levity, because as we all feel passionate about this, everybody on here. So, Legendary came out this week. How did you guys feel about it?
Didn't watch it yet.
Okay, I had a huge problem with it. I had a problem with the judges. I'm tired of these commercialized judges. Law Roach is late and tired. And I have a big problem with that. Oppressed one to be the oppressed one. I have a huge problem with that. You had all these people. You got FK Twig. You got Tiana Taylor. You got all these people that have been a part of Ballroom that are celebrities that you could have got. You got that same tired queen that you could tell was picked on and teased and is really late for real. For real. With them old Gucci pieces she had on. First and foremost, you know, she was late on America's Next Top Model, and she's late on there. She's the kind of queen. She's that type of queen that does stuff for shock value. Like, she feels that because she's like a gay man, and she needs to be like sassy and like give it to people and be rude and mean. I don't like that. I don't like that.
To piggyback
Go
on what
ahead,
London's
Icon.
saying, I like the show for all the reasons why I don't like the show.
What? Ooh.
What I like about the show is I like the fact that they were able to allow, or I'm using the word allow here, allow Ballroom to have another source of platform, but they still didn't get it right.
At all.
The way that they have, Ballroom has a certain type of grittiness to it. It has a certain type of authenticity. That show is so unauthentic. That show is so commercialized. That show is so whitewashed. I didn't appreciate how, to me, from someone who was a overall house mother, how certain instances it was portrayed as if outside of Lil James and Miss Chalet that sit as the overall parents of their houses, how it appeared that to the masses looking that those were the direct mothers and fathers of those houses. I just feel like they didn't do a great job telling enough of the backstory about Ballroom in the first episode. Right. They tried to jam everything in.
But how can you give, I feel, okay.
And only voting. Ballroom is not only voting.
I want to say something. Okay, I want to go across the thing. Let me just give my view.
Go ahead.
I've been doing Ballroom throwbacks for a long time. I film. I do all type of stuff.
You should have been part. Go ahead.
No, I'm good with that.
No, he is the arbiter.
No, I don't care.
But go ahead.
I love how some of it is shot. I love how some of it looked. From a film aspect, I love it. I love how it looks. Like Leomi as a judge.
I love her as a judge. I love Leomi as a judge.
As the girl, what's her name? Jamila, she's cool. I don't know who she is.
Don't like her.
Wait a minute. Listen. I want you to say, listen, I don't know who the lady is, but I'm cool. I like her. I got good vibes from her. I need to know more about her. Megan Thee Stallion, love Megan's music. I don't see the point of her as a judge. I could have seen if she was a judge for one episode and they wanted to switch around panels of judges. You know, I don't see the point of her being a judge. I don't.
Thank you.
But I like Megan though, and she cool.
Why the fuck y'all didn't get FK Twig or somebody like that?
I don't care about her either. But I'm just saying though, if they would have had like Missy on it, I would have understood it. You know, somebody. You know, I would have got it.
Little Kim.
Yes, Laura Roach. We'll get back to that.
Laura Roach, goodbye, DD.
I think that it's very I mean, just bellish, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Oh my God.
I think it's very hard. Jason, I get what you're saying. The part about Ballroom is that underground, that I don't want to say mystical, but you understand what I'm saying? Mystical, magical, gritty thing. But it is very hard. We all know you cannot. You have to still remember it's for TV. It's very hard to fit all that history, all that within 40 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever. Let me just finish. The concept, I get it for a competition show. Now I'm going to tell you what I don't like, and this is shady. I don't even want, but I'm going to tell you what I don't. Okay. I love now a lot of people. The Saint Laurent did in Vogue, right? And they thought it was boring. But me, I got it. I got what it was. It was giving something different. Ballroom is not just about Vogue. So I get it. You have people on that Vogue, chant Vogue, pretty Vogue. So it's not about the Vogue. If Michelet's a performer, if they needed to put a little choreo routine on there to do it, they could have definitely did that. But I got what they were trying to give when they was giving their presentation. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Should I piggyback on something you said? I understood what their presentation was giving, but I think that what the judges said was spot on. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Us knowing the five of them on an individual basis, Michelet is a fucking entertainer. When Ken Vogue, Ken is an entertainer. Pretty is an entertainer. McCoke is an entertainer when she walks runway, and we all know Christian's an entertainer when it comes to face. When you put all five of them together, I was expecting something explosive.
But I feel like I don't know what the rules were as a part. Listen,
right. I was getting right there. I don't know what the rules were.
Nothing is clear. It's all vague.
Right. I don't know what the rules were, but I thought they would have gave what the ninjas gave, or even what the House of West gave. Like I thought
I still thought they gave a concept. I still thought
they did.
It was a presentation. I took it like also. Do you really want to lay all your tricks out in the beginning, or do you really want to lay all your tricks out in the beginning? Do you really just want to put it all out there, and then when it comes time to the nitty gritty, you ain't got nothing to show because you already showed all your good shit already? And I get it, it's a competition show, you're supposed to come out the gate. But I felt like as a presentation, I just felt like, okay, whatever each of their presentation was, at the end of the day, that's their presentation. That's not the competition yet. Do you understand?
Right. True.
It's like Grandma. I got the concept of what they were trying to give. I liked how they even was in all black. You know, I don't want to say that it wasn't the confessionals or whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, whatever it was. Well, I mean, I don't know is it confessionals, I guess? It was a little part.
Listen.
For lack of better term.
I had another
they gave little tidbits of them.
London, take us away.
I had an issue with those ninjas. Let me discuss that. I had a big issue with that because the standard, okay, so when you're being feminine, right, in Vogue and all these other things, like there's this, I want to say imitation, but simulation of femininity, right, and pussy and all this stuff. But when you got the actual thing they're doing it, you're going to judge the standard for judging is going to be different because you don't understand like ballroom standard for judging. So you're going to judge it as, oh, these are women doing it. And then you already have these smaller, petite women. You know how you know how palatability goes. We know how respectability politics goes. And the way that people present, you know, being that they're already, you know, non-black, you know, and not as threatening, it just like comes off a certain type of way and the way they were going up for them. But they did not turn, I ain't gonna say which house, I'm not even finna say which house they didn't turn, but in reality, like the way that Law Roach was going up them, I knew that they were gonna do that because they saw quote unquote women, like cisgender women in front of them. And to those judges, other than like a Laomi, I don't even think Law Roach he strikes me as that type of gay man that would definitely have a problem with trans, like would not really understand like the full like throttle of what everything is going on. You get what I'm saying? And I just don't know if they really understand like some of the actual trans
they don't
things and all that. Like it's just the judging standard, and then you have the all white team like non-black. And yes, they took my inclusiveness, but no, darling. Y'all, there are plenty of black women that were part of that damn ninja. That's a part of the ninjas that actually vote better than a lot of them and got their face. They had a platform. I'm sorry. Like, why can't we get something that belongs to us?
Okay,
like,
London, I gotta disagree with you because I feel like Dolores, she walks runway down and she can Vogue. She say Vogue's fucking down. She said. She Vogue's fucking down.
I didn't say that she could. I didn't say
she said.
I like them. Listen, I'm gonna say
London is out here driving a whole car while live. I just
okay, what did y'all feel about the second episode?
The second episode to me was a lot better. I think we had direction. We saw multiple categories. Only thing I would critique was Ballroom, like the icon Jason said, is authentic. And also I want to add that it cannot be over edited and over produced. When you're, and Caesar, you know this, you've been doing this for 10 years. When you're filming
longer than 10,
Vogue, you're longer than that, right? But when you're recording people Vogue, all this switching direction shit, stop it. We don't even know what the fuck happened. I see a bitch twist their hair, what happened? And now y'all voting on who won. We don't even know. We don't even know. All we saw was 3 seconds of some shablam, some white shit. And so they definitely need to stop over editing the Vogue battles.
It's for white people though. It's for
but I also feel like the House of West
best dance crew.
I don't think the House of West should have went home. That's my personal.
No, they should not have fucking went home at all. That was tired. I'm talking about the emotion of the house father. That's not even the real house father.
I do think that's not a factor in judging. So emotions does not. That's not a factor.
What
so
they should do is they should have real ballroom judges on there as guest judges.
Can we bring up some options?
We have our own celebrities.
We do. We have Amaya. We have Trace. We have Milan Christopher. We have Amber Rose.
May I say something about that?
They can keep her. But I mean, if they want to keep it diversified, that's all I'm saying.
They don't want that smoke.
They
don't
options.
Want that smoke. They'd rather this is Ballroom making it palatable for cisheads and white people. They don't want the real deal. I'm convinced they don't want the real deal.
But they want to bring in an audience that doesn't typically watch Ballroom. So they're trying to bring in these big hot celebrity names like Jamila, who I know from The Good Place. So I do know her. And Megan Thee Stallion. I see they trying to bring in viewers with that. But this Miss whatever she is.
I just want to see y'all have a good ass time. I just want to see y'all have a good ass time.
This bitch is so unqualified.
Oh, it was horrible.
I can't deal.
Listen, I had an issue with the way that the West was sent home, because.
What didn't you like about it?
Well, because these are one of these things. I'm gonna be keeping real, y'all. It's like you say something, it's like, but I'm just gonna put it out there and take it as it is. I felt like it wasn't judged fairly.
No, it wasn't.
They don't know what they're looking at.
I understand.
They don't know what they don't even know what the 5L with nothing.
Not even nothing. I'm not even. We're gonna leave that alone because at the end of the day, y'all may have felt that. What's the father's name? What's his name? Jamari. Jafar. What's his name?
The Ninja, aka Jamari. Jamari. Yeah.
You may have felt that he ate with Wilma. You may have felt Wilma ate him. That's up to conjecture, up to your own opinion.
Right. Right.
But this is where the issue for me lies in it. When you don't talk about the battle, but you're talking about
the emotions
and the passion.
I didn't like that.
That ain't got nothing to do with what you
that
just
has nothing to do with nothing. That is what I was highlighting.
That's where, to me, the unfairness lies at. Because you have someone like Leomi at the end of the day who is a Voguer, who has been voguing for a very long time. She's iconic in Ballroom for Vogue and outside. So she knows performance. And she picked what she picked. I think that woman cut the fuck up. And let me tell you something. That boy vogued down too. And the boy,
he vogued down.
He vogued down.
But I just wanted them to judge this battle for what it was.
Right.
Face value. Like who outperformed
and talk about the passion, just because someone is, showing emotions of crying or sadness or whatever, and the other person may be giving a stoic, doesn't mean that this person does not have passion. Doesn't mean that they don't have feelings.
Absolutely.
Right.
People show their passion in many different ways. So we are You can't judge a Vogue battle on someone's passion.
Or their tears.
And to back up what you just said, Caesar, I think that they're forgetting, because they probably don't know, Ballroom is a place, like Mercedes said, when you come in, you're supposed to hashtag feel it. So it ain't nice.
It's a war zone.
It's not, bitch. No, bitch, you're supposed to feel it.
Period.
You're supposed to be in your mode. Like, what?
The other thing is that the West actually had one of their house members doing their fucking clothes. See, that was another thing too. Like,
it was I know so much behind the scenes shit, but I ain't want to talk about that because I spoke to James through every step of the way, but I ain't want to talk about that.
Don't be ruining the Prodigy's chances for next season.
Right.
Why were the Prodigy's not there?
Well, the Prodigy's on them. So let me give y'all a little. Let me educate y'all. Well, hold on for 1 second.
Oh.
Like some rock socking houses.
Yo, I'm kind of glad the Prodigy's were not there first season.
Don't do that, London. Don't do that.
I'm kind of glad that we were not there first season. I think there'll be other things, other houses to be there.
You have them houses that would do. We cannot do that right now. Well, we can't.
No, I'm not.
I don't want to do that either.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Houses. Listen to me, because at the end of the day, the House of Ebony is an iconic house. The House of the Scott is an iconic house. The House of
I'll be back. I'm coming.
I get what you're saying, but no. Listen, what I'm saying, it was no representation from those other houses. And I don't know if they're trying to wait for another season. But my thing is, I also heard that they were bringing people from other people that weren't in the actual houses. Were in those houses.
But London, I think y'all forgetting the from my understanding, the House of Saint Laurent, that was the original cast. It was cast as something different. The original pilot didn't work. It got scrapped. So they were going to move it to New York. It was too expensive. They moved it to Connecticut. When they moved it to Connecticut, the whole structure of the show got changed. So I think that because the way the show got changed, even people were saying, oh, well, how did that person get picked and not somebody else? They were casted. You had to be casted.
Absolutely.
The casting director picked who they want. The housing had no say so.
Wait, and get a background check. And a lot of people background checks not going to.
And also, as somebody that knows about casting, casting, as we all know, it can go by a good audition tape. Somebody can send you a good audition tape, and that tape may deliver, but guess what? It may not capture their personality.
It may not.
Right. It may not be good for TV.
Of what that audition is could be great. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of when they start filming, they may show a whole nother thing. People sometimes clam up in front of a camera.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I did love the little shady banter between the House of West when they was talking about the House of Gucci, because that's so Ballroom. Like, I enjoyed that piece.
And I enjoy. Can I call out a shout out to Erica? She's hilarious on the show. I enjoy her so much.
Hilarious. I love Erica.
Because now those are the things that I really do like about the show, because they are Ballroom, as we all know. The cattiness, the little shade, and if you're looking at it,
yes, Little James, Erica, and Michelet is giving you the Ballroom aspect to me.
You want to look at it, you want to laugh.
When Little James was like, "But you always talk about you want to walk face, but then you get here, I don't understand." Like, I was enjoying every bit. I'm like, this is true quintessential Little James on TV.
And I do kind of feel like, what's crazy? I mean, I wish I already know the show was done. I know who won and all that shit already, but I do kind of wish, and listen, this is first season, as we all know, things change. They look at what worked, what didn't work, and then they
absolutely,
yeah.
And so we should be happy that they first got a proper.
Let's get it to a second season.
But that's why I said I like it for all the reasons why I don't like it.
I kind of wish they had like a redemption thing, or you vote what house could come back, because I kind of feel like with West being the newest house there, they're like the upstarts, and that kind of thing to me, it adds that spice and sass a show like that needs. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you need that little bit of vitality, that boost to kind of make it hot and spicy. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you kind of need that. They didn't tell their stories. Like, what about Buffy and on tour with Lakeith? Like, what about like Destiny and Super Bitch? Like, they didn't tell their stories, like, and how that came about. Like, and
that would be too much like right.
But you want to know something, though, London? But London, you got to think of something too, boo. I don't know if I would have went this route, but 10 houses is a lot of houses, y'all. And
it is.
That's a lot of houses.
And a lot of personalities.
And a lot of people. So it's kind of hard again. No, listen, London.
Houses. You should have made fake houses.
What you say?
Everything else is fake. They might as well make fake houses.
Listen.
They might as well make fake houses and let people get together as if they're in the house and then let it go there.
Listen to me. It's a lot of people. So it's kind of hard to fit all that in 1 hour, and it's a competition show.
Yeah, it is.
It's not 10 people. What is it, like 50 people?
Yeah.
Only can show glimpses, and then you got to get to the ball.
And so that's why I think that this season is definitely going to be very experimental. Like what works, what does not work, what should we do differently for the next round? And
let's get into a second season.
The people, I thank you for the people that's on the show now, because their performance and their delivery is what's going to determine if we even get another season.
Look at Trey. Wait, hold on. Trey is following me in a dirt bike. Oh God.
Because they see all them cities bouncing around.
Look, he coming. He got all this body and stuff. Oh,
girl, close that drop top, girl. Listen.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember too, though, that what I think would have been cool. Now, another thing is that I think the problem with casting is for shows like this, when you leave it to the casting director, people that don't know these people, you could be essentially casting 5 of the same freaking people. When I'm saying that, it could be you may pick for your house only 5 people that could only vote, or only 3 people that could vote, and 2. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Left it in the hands of the leaders to pick the most best, well-rounded people that can do a plethora of categories, right or wrong. That way they can get out there.
I'm just curious to see what happens when they run out of houses. Then they got to bring somebody else back, and they didn't do the introduction correctly. So if they was to bring like who's over our mother? If they was to bring Vanessa Frost up there and on the team, and Vanessa Frost is our Mother Ebony. The audience like, well, wait a minute. We already saw Mother Ebony. She's not Mother Ebony. Like, to the people that's looking at this that don't understand Ballroom, stuff was just not explained right. I don't think there was nothing wrong with saying the mother of XYZ, the father of X, Y, and Z. I don't think nothing was wrong with that.
I mean, I think but see, this is just the same way that how pageantry is different from RuPaul's Drag Race. When you're on TV, like, it just has to be changed a little bit that works in a format that everybody's watching could understand. And so if the House of Ebony, again, it's more like a contest competition.
Emery, you better say that shit, because Jason, bitch, Jason goes deep into the fucking paint, bitch. Jason, you have to understand, bitch, what you saying that to the people that know Ballroom. To the average motherfuckers that is subscribing, that's paying $15 a month for HBO Max, may have never seen Ballroom a day of their fucking life, or may have only watched Pose, or may have only seen it. So what you want them to do is sit here and give a how-to and explain bitch chapter parents and overalls and East Coast and West Coast and all. That's a lot.
If you're gonna do it. This is
if they want to understand it more,
exactly.
They can watch a documentary series. They can watch, they can do more research.
I think y'all miss what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what happens, because eventually it will happen, I'm sure. And when the House of Ebony has a new team come up and they say, oh, this is Mother Ebony.
I honestly don't even think they'll be confused. They'll be like, okay, this is the new House of Ebony competing for the show.
The mother of the season.
Yeah, for the season. I don't know if they'd be confused, but
they need to get it right, honey. I'm sorry.
They do. I mean, like I said before, they don't want this smoke because at the end of the day, they don't want to really recognize what Ballroom is. Marginalized people creating something. They are purveyors of other things. They don't really want that out into the air. They want the pageantry highlighted. They want the dancing highlighted. They don't want the fact that Ballroom is also a safe space for the LGBT community. They don't want that highlighted really either.
Yeah, let's keep it light.
Is what
in a way that they can swallow.
They don't want the fact that
I agree with Jason. If you're gonna do it right. This is important to people. This started because a woman was in pageants, in white pageants, and couldn't compete. So she decided to make her own shit. And this is what we have. Marginalized people, Black and brown people creating something and becoming trendsetters and innovators and never getting that due. But they don't want that. It would be too much like right.
London, I think you have something to add.
Yeah, she's talking about the trade right now.
There's so much going on.
I'm sorry, guys, because I had ignored our people on YouTube. London, go ahead.
You were ignoring me. I was trying to say that it also is a think tank and it's an incubator for fucking greatness. You know, so many people have come out of Ballroom, and Ballroom has created so many amazing talents. You know, all not and not for nothing. And it's because of like the boundaries and because of like the marginalization, it has created some great thinkers and like
absolutely
it has provoked so much change. Like if people only could understand like the power that Ballroom really is, like I mean, even if you look at like what's going on, like a lot of that whole revolution thing around like understanding what like gay movement was around vote, like around that era of like vote
its
and
influence is global
for people. Global. Right? Like it's global, like we are like, and that's another danger. We need to be also very mindful as community. Oh my God, look at these people! Like, bitch, you have to be very mindful of how we're bringing these international people in. We have to teach them our history. Like we can't have them coming in like, you know, there's a difference with cultural misappropriation and cultural appreciation.
Absolutely.
And we need to have people doing what's called cultural appreciation and understanding the history, because those who probably don't even know the history, right? And they don't understand a lot of things like why Ballroom was created. And I think that we need to take a conscious effort in making sure that we are each one teach one, that we're constantly teaching.
London, you in and out. You in and out, babe.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
No, I think that we need to take a conscious effort in teaching, especially those international participants in Ballroom, about our history. You know, it's on our hands to do so.
I think they should have little moments on the show where they like do history facts or give like more information about what Ballroom is. I do commend them for hiring a lot of influential people in Ballroom. I know that Twiggy and Jack, Deshaun, Naomi, like they have some great people on the team that's trying to make it the most authentic as they can. But there's definitely room for a lot of improvement.
Oh,
there's a lot of people from YouTube I have not addressed. Maybe. London, are you taking personal questions?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Melissa Sanchez said, "Where did you get your breast done? I would love the doctor's information."
You gotta say, well, which time?
Oh,
I guess they're going by what they see now, girl. They want those, girl.
A
lot of people feel like the wet should not have went home.
I could put my IG in the bottom, and I could tell her I'm not going to be on this thing. Like I could put my IG on the bottom.
This bitch is literally cruising 40 miles per hour on the road.
Paying it.
I can't pay it.
Everybody, please shout out your IGs, your Bigos, whatever you have.
Yeah, how do I put it? Like, can you put in like mine?
My Bigo is my name, Jason Bowman. You can be able to start joining me on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the Jason Told Me Morning Show. On Monday, we will be talking about everything that happened over the weekend. So you'll have me, you'll have Kelly, you'll have Megan, you'll have Boom Balenciaga, Governor Jones, Stuck Up D, all in the morning show from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Talking about everything that happened over the weekend. No, I'm not even
Jason, go eat and go back, and I'm gonna call you later on.
Okay. Love y'all.
Love you, Jason.
Bye. Bye, Icon Jason.
It's so buck out here, Jesus Christ. Oh my, yeah, I just wish y'all only saw everything. Y'all didn't see when I turned the camera around all those people just now on the corner. I know y'all saw all those boys on the corner. I knew.
London.
I'm London. I'm not about to do it.
How they can follow you, where they can talk to you at, where they can hear more from you.
So I'm on Bigo. My name on Bigo, I don't know my Bigo name by heart. I'm a part of the family of Maine, which Jason, we're all Maines. So when you go click on any one of us, you can always scroll into the Maines and see, and you'll see mine is LDYN. So it's LDYN. I don't know my Bigo ID off, but my social media, I have 2. So I cannot follow back on London_Rich. I've reached the max. But my London, you can still follow me there. It's London, LONDYN _Rich, RICH. And my other page is London Muglair. It's just London all together. It's London Muglair together. And I can actually follow people back on that page. My Facebook is London Richelieu. Child, my name's so damn long, honey. You in here losing your mind. But yeah, and that's where you can find me. I'm actually going to do a podcast coming up soon with, like I said, with Derek J. I'm doing a podcast on Wednesday.
You'll be amazing.
Dope.
You'll be amazing at that.
Dope.
Yeah. So I will, and if you check, oh my God, what is going on? If you all follow my Instagram or anything, if you follow my Instagram, you will, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm sorry.
All right, make sure y'all follow my girl London. That's my bitch right there. Follow London. London has a lot to offer, a lot to say.
You would have got so many ratings if I turned this camera around just now. Oh my God.
London, I love you, girl.
Love you.
To my hard to swallow is on here. Do you guys have more time to talk about other stuff going on in the world?
We can.
I do want to say that if you are looting, please don't post anything that you've taken online. You can be criminalizing.
Word.
Yeah, don't do that.
Go ahead about your business and be safe. That's all.
Absolutely. There's a petition also that Beyonce put in her bio on Instagram. If you would like to sign it in support of the death of the recent gentleman by the hands of police. What else is going on?
So we have, okay, guys. So we are only on YouTube now, guys, and we have two of my favorite people in the world, Lindsay and Emery. You guys know this.
I'm on here looking fierce. I don't even have on a brow. I don't have on a lip. You know, I just wanted to get in the conversation.
You love a red lip.
Let me tell everybody that's watching out there, I love conversations like this because it's going to get heated. It's going to get passionate. We are all free thinkers. We all have the freedom to think of whatever we want. We have the freedom to express what we want, and it's going to get time. But as long as there's love and respect involved, it makes the conversation worth it at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
I just want everybody to know that was watching the conversation to know that everybody on here, for the most part, know each other or have a respect for each other and understands each other. So we're going to get passionate because these are the most scariest of times, because these are situations that are impacting our lives, like it or not, at the end of the day. Whether you are male, whether you are trans, whether you are female, whether you are cis, whether you're homosexual, transgender, whatever, it affects our lives across the board. And the thing is that we have to be aware and socially conscious, and we have to be woke in the sense of knowing what's going on. I feel like
enlightened. Yeah.
Not knowing is a problem. You need to know what is going on in the world. Some people, I understand, don't want to be tuned into the news and what's going on because it does give anxiety, it does give stress, it makes you worry, and a lot of people do not want to deal with that. But at the end of the day, you still have to know what is going on in the world. So, guys, what is going on in the world over in Hard to Swallow land? What is going on over there, guys? Make sure you guys.
Oh my God, what are we doing? I mean, Hard to Swallow. We paying bills.
But we just wrapped up episode 5. What was that, last week? We need to do a new episode. And that's going to happen. We're going to be working on episode 6. I need to figure out a topic.
What were some of the topics that was on the last episode?
The topic for that episode
we had some good. We had a good one. We had a good one,
it was like, does your partner know that you basically had a sexual relationship with your best friend?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it on the queer side and the straight side, but with a special concentration on the queer side because it gets a little tricky.
Especially when, most of your friends are of the same gender, typically. And also, should you disclose that information, when you should disclose it, if you should, all of that good stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, we were talking about that. That was interesting.
What was the backdrop of that? What made that be the topic? Give us a little bit of what was the
I
Somebody
saw
made a
Stephen
tweet.
Dwayne. He made a tweet about it on Twitter. And I was like, damn, this hit close to home. And so I was like, let's talk about it. Go ahead. That's usually how I get inspired for topics of the day.
Let me guys ask you a question. You are hard to swallow. What do you guys feel about sex toys? Not to go too much into detail. I experienced my first sex toy the other day.
Congratulations.
It was a fleshlight. I didn't like it.
Oh.
Not for everybody.
Yeah. I experienced it. I tried it. I can't even believe I'm saying this bullshit. I tried it for a few moments, and I didn't like it. And
okay.
Go ahead.
If you would like, was there anything in particular that you did not like about it, or was that too much?
Oh, I mean, if I'm going to branch it, I'm going to say I didn't like it. I didn't like
did you lube? Like, did you use lube?
All the requirements, to my knowledge, was done correct.
Okay.
It just, I didn't like it.
The sensation was not pleasurable?
It didn't do anything for me, I would say.
Was it psychosomatic? Okay. Like, okay, this is a machine. Like, were you... This is not a real...
That was on my... Listen, because that was in the back of my mind afterwards, too.
Like, maybe it'd be better if that was that.
No, Lindsay, I feel you, but it was like... I was like, my hand does the same fucking job. It was like...
Okay, I'll say my piece. First of all, I think that if you're gonna get into toys, then you should already be only do so if you're already kind of into self-pleasure.
Yes.
I'm very big on self-pleasure, so I do think that expanding my world on my options is a thing. Also because I just think that I should practice safer sex. I like rowdy, disgusting sex, so I can't be doing that with everybody. So sometimes it's giving use a toy. Use a toy, girl. Use a toy. The toy don't run their mouth. But anyway, I say that to say, now getting into the fleshlight. I have one. I actually don't use it a lot. But my first experience with it, I had different experiences based on the lube that I use. So sometimes it can be, and then also I had to find out the right ratio of lube and water, and so it was a lot involved to get the right amount of sensation that I wanted.
Emery is such a fucking statistician about everything.
Well, I am. And so when I finally got the right ratio, I was like, okay, bitch, okay. I almost.
And when you say ratio, right level of moisture, right level of friction.
But let me tell you the problem. I know how Emily is so cerebral when it comes to shit like that. I don't have the time. If I am going to do that, I know I'm not going to sit here and do 2 cups flour, 1 cup water. It's like,
I'm that person, like, okay, like add a little spit, but with 3 drops of lube. I'm that person. Like, it's going to get me to what I need.
Maybe it's not a fleshlight. I think it's a flesh jack. Same fucking shit. A fake thing, Yeah.
I also use the one with the hard exterior. So there's one where it just has the gummy thing, I guess, and there's one that has the gummy but it's held by the hard exterior. That worked for me better too.
It was the whole situation. It just
I tried the gummy by itself. I didn't like it, and it also got too sticky. Not into that. But yeah, I like that one. And also there's a part on the top.
I don't like
twist.
I don't like anything too wet anyway. Okay, I'm not.
So the part on the top, I'm gonna expand on that. The part on the top controls the suction. So it would determine how intense, like how much it grabs. So for me, I liked it a little more loose, like I like my butt. And so I took the top completely off. But for some people, they might like the top on.
Why do you like butt a little loose, honestly?
I don't like fighting to get no ass. Like, that's like eating sunflower seeds. Like, for me, like, I don't like...
And when he say loose, he don't mean going down a hallway.
Yeah, I don't mean... Yeah, I don't want to feel like a hot dog in a hallway. Not hot dog in a hallway loose, but like... Like, I can get in without
There's a little give.
Work. Yeah, that's
a loose booty, a loose anything to me is not, it's very
looser.
Not loose. Something to have a little tension, little give.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
Take me out to the worst when first 3 strokes is like, it's like going in, putting a penny in a damn hole. And then
yeah. But sometimes those lightly loose butts and they be real warm. It just feels like, a great day by a fireplace in the winter time. Like I'd be like, ooh. Anyway, yeah. So I for myself am not big on dildos. And this is where all my life I really don't. I consider myself versatile, but I don't really like stuff up my butt. All of my exes will tell you this. I really don't like bottom like that. I don't. But and
you don't like
my
the feeling, you don't like the pain, you don't like the preparation. What is it? A whole thing?
You know what? That's the thing. In my mind, I love it, but actually doing it is a difference for me. Like it takes a lot of mental preparation and physical too for me to actually like want to do it. But I crave it to do it a lot. It's just that I don't actually do it a lot. Because I know what comes with the territory. But yeah, anyway, back to the toys. For me, I don't really like the rubbery feel of the dildos. And also the one I currently have is too hard. So I need one that's probably softer. And also when I was at the store, so don't be me. I saw this amazing, beautiful toy. It was about 9 inches and it was a nice curve. And I was like, that's the one. My eyes were bigger than my appetite, I would guess I could say. And then when I actually used it, bitch, I felt like I was burning rubber. Like, bitch, the friction on my prostate was not enjoyable. Yeah, I didn't like it. But I ended up trying it one day with a condom, and it was great.
Oh, it acted as a buffer.
Yeah, so you gotta try different things, different lubes, different types of toys, different textures.
But if you were to go back, you would get something smaller.
I would definitely do something smaller, which is weird because I have a particular size requirement
at all.
I wasn't gonna say that. I've had one below average man in my life that rocked my world, but surprisingly. But typically I prefer average and above. But the smaller toys, it's like because you're doing self-pleasure, it's like more manageable, no pain. You hit the right areas that work for you personally. I know other people, they want to put the most unhuman, monstrous size inside of them. What's for you is for you.
Well, Lindsay, as a woman, is it more pleasurable for a woman to be bigger, or is it preference?
What do you mean, a real penis?
Yeah, for a woman, preferential. Do you think you speak for you or a lot of women? Do they prefer bigger, or do they just prefer as more preference?
Well, when all the girls are talking, they want a big dick. I don't know about what they do in their bedroom. I know for me, I don't want it, but so big.
Hold on. Yes, Lindsay and Emery are very close, guys. For those, as you know, they're in Hard to Swallow.
Hard to Swallow podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all
major platforms. Baby. I had to let them know real quick.
Yes, we're very close. Yeah, like for me, I don't really want like 13 inches, 11, 10. No, somewhere between 7 and 9 is fine. Even 7 is okay.
The magic number. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, my boyfriend, okay, he's blessed, but still, like that wasn't a requirement.
Right.
I like to be comfortable, and I'm an older doll too. I don't have time. Like, I don't have to do shows for these niggas now. No. Get in, get out.
Yeah, everybody's different. And one thing I want for men that may not be so blessed, I was listening to some sex expert, and they were saying that a lot of women experience orgasms through the finger and the tongue. And so it's not really necessarily about the size. It's just about knowing what to do and really studying the woman's body.
It's the experience, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of women, they don't like to talk about it, but they let these big dick niggas just bang them into, and I have kicked motherfuckers out my bed. Like, you don't know what you're doing. I don't give a fuck how big this dick is. You don't, you're hurting me.
It happens in the gay world too. It'd be like, you trying to shove that big country ghetto dick inside me with no lube.
There's always speculation, guys, and I want to see, guys, how good you are on how do you know if someone's in doubt. People would say you can tell by their feet, you can tell by their hands, you can tell by their nose. What is your way of telling if that person is blessed? And has it always been precise?
I keep a big nose nigga around me. And that's from young, and I ain't never been wrong. Never. And I am up there.
And you think big nose, you mean like a hamburger big nose, a honker? What is it?
She's talking
my boyfriend, I call him Toucan Sam. He got a nose on him. My mother used to be like, don't you want to have babies? You need to watch these noses. And I used to be like, listen, girl, look at your husband.
A big masculine nose too, no shade. There's something masculine about it.
I love a masculine nose.
It's filled with character.
I like a man nose. I mean,
but I like
not
any type of nose.
One nose, that's too much. That's a hello. But I like a big nose.
So when you see Jay-Z, does he look like he's holding?
Oh, I know he is for a fact.
You said who?
Jay-Z.
I know 2 people who fucked him. Yes, I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I know 2 people who fucked him, and he is hung. So when this bitch talking about she ride, I know what she riding on.
Well, guys, this was just a peek of what's hard to swallow, guys. Oh, well, first, before we get off, how did you guys feel about RuPaul last night? The winner. Congratulations to Jada.
The right person won. Look, when you going for the crown, you have to fight all the way to the end. And Gigi was doing her thing up until that last battle. I don't know what she had in mind with that hair, that outfit, and that stiff ass lip syncing. And I was like, what are you going for? The reveal was tired. You have to fight all the way to the finish line. And Jada did that.
Turned it.
Now,
with the current situation, were you pleased that with it being on Zoom that it came out? Would it come out better than you expected, or do you wish that it would have been done the way that it's supposed to have been done?
You know what? Surprisingly, this live
I enjoyed it.
Worked for me. It really did, and also it presented an opportunity for them to use at-home arts and crafts. I think that I have to give a shout out to Gigi Good. Her
production.
Oh my God. Yeah, the production for, oh my God, what's it called? Be the One. What's the song?
No, it's called Take On Me by the
Take
group
On Me,
Aha.
Take On Me. Take On.
That was fabulous.
Yeah. It was
turned it.
That was go down in the book.
Phenomenal. That was amazing.
Iconic. It was amazing.
Let me tell you, Crystal Meth to me was a joke. It was a kiki from the jump. I'm talking about from the fucking treasure trove. She should have been sent home from there.
Crystal Method was just using her camera time.
I was telling Jordan today, I was a little disturbed by when they did the close-ups, right? I felt like they should have like switched it up with the panels because when someone's in the middle, it's always going to bring attention. But Jada served that to me.
She was feeling it.
She won that round.
The way she emoted, the way she was, everything. Now, to me, after that, Miss Crystal Meth should have been out of there. Okay.
I agree. Because it was already a clear top 2.
It was already.
Crystal, I'm going to tell you what happened with her. Crystal Meth did have a shift where she was doing better in the episode that she was,
She did.
But she went a little too motherfucking far left. That bitch went outside of the box.
I think that Crystal is a great queen in her own right, but when it comes to getting this crown and this $100,000, she did not deserve it. It wasn't for you.
It was.
I will say that she
awesome
actually
makeup
stunning.
artist.
In that last round, she looked fucking stunning, though. The best I've ever seen her.
Yes,
and that last
she's
song,
awesome as a makeup artist.
It's too bizarre. It's just not drags to me.
But I didn't like her lip syncing, but the way that she looked in her dress, I was like, loved it.
Okay,
she
now
didn't look the part.
Now, second part, as y'all already said it, no need to go into it. Motherfucking Gigi scored that up. I had an issue with the second part. I'm gonna tell you why. I felt like the song, being that she went that route with the song, I felt like she should have did different hair and a different outfit. I feel like she should have went more fun. I could even seen, like, for example, if she's on the couch and she had the robe on, and then she got up with a song, and then she went to the bathroom, and then came out the bathroom, and then she had on like a comfortable outfit. Curly.
I wanted her to push it a little bit, like I wanted her to push that.
I didn't like the hair, the outfit, the song choice.
I could do the song choice if she would have went. If
she would have went there.
If she would have went to
like
direction, it just didn't go with me. But let me tell you something. When Homegirl at the end, and it was funny because I was sitting here with Kenyon and Ricky, and they both was like, they're gonna probably give it to Gigi, you know, after that, of course. And you know, we was watching it, and when Miss Jada came out there, and you know, we're from Ballroom, and you know that you know when you see a bitch hit the back of the runway, and you know, Emery, you are a ball walker. You know when your plane, you know when you start getting in that mode, and that plane is revving up, and you know that when that beat drop, and Emery, you're a perfect person because you're a seller, and you know that when that beat drop, you know, Emery, I could be talking to you like, bitch, you better, you know, bitch, you better eat it up, you know, and you're there, you're here, but you're not, you're here, you're there, but you're not there.
But I'm Sasha Fierce. I'm somewhere else.
You know, you get into your MC, you about to take off, and then when your plane take off, bitch, it takes off.
Yes.
I felt like her rev up already. Once she started revving up, I said,
baby, it was on.
And then
she made me know it.
And then when little Bo Peep in the fucking middle did the little
I don't know why she did that.
Little Bo Peep lost in eyes. I said, come on.
Literally, all Gigi had to do was show up in a stunning look and just lip sync on beat. And she would have got the crown. But the way Jada
fought for it.
RuPaul literally could not give it to Gigi. Jada ate her the fuck up in that last
I said to Kyrie today, I said, trust me, if Gigi was feeling some type of way, when she seen that shit, she had no choice but to give it up and be like, that
no,
bitch.
Oh my God. And there was one moment Jada got on her knees and prayed.
Yes, she did! Bitch! Oh my God.
She was in that lip sync.
I was.
But to piggyback off what you said, I do feel like, you know, and I'm gonna be real because, you know, I just got back into watching the show since season 3. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. Last week, I watched 10 minutes of that bullshit and I said, I ain't watching this shit. And I wasn't going, I'm being real. I only watched 10 minutes last week of whatever the fucking reunion or what. It didn't grab me at all. And I wasn't gonna watch it last night, but I said, Keenan, I'm coming over. I said, okay, let me watch it. But I do feel like it kind of was more, it gave more of a challenge for them because they had to do it from home. And
exactly.
You got to be creative. Even though I know that Gigi girl, I know that she had help. Cause
but that's what you do. You listen, I'm competing for $100,000.
Let me tell you something. I get it because Emery, if we was at some type of team like, I'm gonna be like, listen, we're gonna do this. I'm bringing the camera. we're gonna have 4 different angles.
You better pull out all the tricks.
I get it, but I like the fact that, you know, Jada being that, you know, and
with what she had, she used it to the max. I love that about her.
She was dope last night.
Gigi knows that she's not like a great dancer, so she pulled out motherfucking backdrops and velvet curtains. The bitch did what she was supposed to do.
If she was to upload that video to YouTube, as far as to like create that, you know, you could tell that she's somebody that really into her drags as far as the polish and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and that's a plus for her. And she's going to make it whatever she does because
whatever she does
into her teeth, which is over. But Jada gave you that spark that you know?
Jada earned the crown. That's
She
just
was
what it
amazing
is.
last night. It was
I mean,
so
no
nice
matter what
to
happened,
see.
Jada earned the crown at that last battle. So what you gonna say?
My last question to you guys is that with everything going on because of the pandemic, with the Zooms and with the lives and everything virtual, do you think that's going to kind of change a lot when things go back to normal? It's going to change a lot because let's keep it real. A lot of this shit is cheaper this way. Do you think it's going to change the scope of a lot of things? You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, the Atlanta reunion, it had its moments to me, but it really didn't give me a reunion, you know. But it also had its moments because bitches could feel very froggy sitting in the comfort of their home.
Yes.
Right.
You know, especially when you're screaming at a box or whatever it is.
Okay.
But, right. Yeah.
But you know, it's nothing like the reunion to me, especially for the Atlanta girls, when they all sit on that couch and they're all done in outfits and they got, and you don't know if a bitch is going to get up and pop this bitch. You don't know if
that's true.
It's so unpredictable. Yes,
it's so
they're all in the same room.
And the bitch may want to get up and leave, but they got to sit there for them 12 hours and do that shit. Right.
Exactly.
But when you at home like Nene, bitch, you know.
You can cut off that camera.
Turn out like
and
this.
she did, and she walked away.
Walked off.
Did Giovanna, do you think she told Giovanna to tape them bitches?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I do too, bitch. Let's no shade. She told them to.
Nene knows how to housewife. That is her job.
But I think that Giovanna definitely tried it though. Most definitely. She did.
She did. And she sold her soul because now she has a spot.
Yeah, as a friend of Eva's, hey, whatever.
She pulled the Nene on Nene.
Well, guys, I love y'all. Guys, tell them again how to follow you guys and how to follow Hard to Swallow.
Check us out.
You can follow us at HTS_podcast on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow myself at Emery on the same platform. Lindsay.
You can follow. I guess you can follow me on Twitter. I think I'm Lindsay. I don't know what I am. I'm older than everybody.
It's the name that she has in her.
I ain't into all that shit. I'm on Facebook. It's Lindsay Wagner.
Let them follow. You have a platform. You got to get out there, girl.
Absolutely.
I'm Lindsay Wagner on Facebook. On Instagram, I am Linz, LINZ_Wags.
Thank you guys. And soon I will be doing another panel with them, and we will have Marcus on there. And is the boiler?
Yes.
The boiler still on there?
He is actually going through a phase, and he's taking a break. We've been in communication, however.
Okay, well, we'll have Marcus on there, and we will all talk about whatever's going on that week.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks again, Caesar. Love you.
Love you guys too.